Hello, everybody, and welcome to another 40k TTS Tutelage match. For today, we have the psychic powers of the Thousand Suns versus the overwhelming powers of the Hive Mind. It should be an interesting psychic off today. Joining me is Flumper Humper, who will be piloting the Tyranids.
Howdy.
How you doing today, Flumper?
I'm pretty good. I'm A-okay.
Okay, cool. And then piloting the incredible might of the Thousand Suns will be Iron Master. How you doing?
Doing amazing.
Awesome. So both relatively new to the game. We have one game in. Flumper, this is your second time on here, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So still learning, still getting the ropes. Perfectly fine. So we're going to be doing incursion missions again. Just a few plugs, one sec. Thank you so much for the 40k TTS Warhammer community for setting up these streams and helping new players. Thank you to Malice for getting this started. If you like what you see or enjoy watching, follow us on the 40k TTS Reddit or the 40k TTS Discord, as well as follow the channel if you can. And if you really like what you've been seeing happening, go support the 40k community, the 40k TTS community on their Patreon. All right. And my name is Grandolph. I am someone who just streams in this very time. Alright, so, we ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Born ready.
Awesome. So, I'm not, because I forgot to bring up the Twitch chat. I actually need to bring up the Twitch chat. That's important. That's like, I can't tweet Twitch chat. I have no idea who's talking. Now I can. Okay, there we go. Alright, so, first things first, just going to go through your tools real quick that you have on TTS Simulator. So the first one is, the first tools we're going to go through, you can only get access to if you use and make your army through Battlescribe to TTS, which I realize I haven't been saying before. It's really easy to do Battlescribe to TTS. You just need to make sure you have Battlescribe. And then there is a workshop community thing you can subscribe to. That is the 40k to TTS kind of widget. And then through there, if you're a little bit confused with how it works, there's tutorials on the 40k TTS YouTube, which kind of walks you through how to save your models and then apply them to the 40k Battlescribe and getting everything transferred over. So everything's going to be with your numpad. So if you hover over the Hive Tyrant here, and you might need to click it, and then press numpad 1, it'll bring up his whole data sheet, tell you the points, power level, all his keywords. So if you ever forget your keywords, not so big right now for both of your armies because you don't have core yet. But once you get core, double checking what does and does not have core will be important for your rerolls and what stratagems affect what. And then you have your abilities. Just list everything that your models do. This is a character, so he does a lot. And then it'll also list some of the base rules of your army on there too. Then, under that, you'll have your psychic powers if you are a psyker. Today is a psychic off, so we have quite a few psychic powers. And then, under that, you'll see how many casts that the Hive Tyrant can do. Where'd he go? There he is. So, it tells it's a psyker, how many casts. So 2 casts, that means you get 2 powers a turn. 1 deny means that you can try to deny one of your opponents do. And then every psyker knows smite, unless it says specifically they don't. And then 2 Hive Mind. Hive Mind is the name of the psychic tree that you have access to. Other would be like if you have a special, unique power that you know. Hive Tyrants are unique. They are a monster, so they have a degrading profile. Because they're over 12 wounds, or they are over 10 wounds, they're something that doesn't get character protection, so hiding your Hive Tyrant is something you really want to think about this game. So as he gets shot, think of him like getting messed up, so he gets a little bit worse in shooting, a little bit worse in combat. The shooting part doesn't matter too much, though, because he doesn't have guns today. Then under that, you have your unit profile, shows your movement, weapon skill, ballistic skill. The reason the stars are there is because you have that degrading profile, so you refer back to the chart to show what those are. Your strength, your toughness, that's affecting wounding or how you wound. Your wound count, so your maximum wounds is 12. How many attacks your models get. However, some you have to kind of check with Battle Scribe. Some things actually do extra attacks that you get from like your weapons, some don't. So like if you notice for the scything monster scything talons, because you're running 2 of them, you actually get an additional attack. So you're not at 4 attacks, you're at 5 attacks with your Hive Tyrant. And then your leadership, not going to matter too much. Because nothing in this game is going to affect your character's leadership, but that's basically what you do morale on. And then you have your save, which is like your base save until you start really for your character relying on your invulnerable save. Then you have your weapon profiles, which you can do 1 attack with your tail, and then you have your scything talents, and that gives you a basic idea of how to read your data sheet. So that's first tool. Next one, in order to change your wounds, you can do 2 and 3. So if you hover over the Hive Tyrant and just press 2 and 3, you can adjust your wounds down or adjust your wounds up with 3. And that's just an easy, quick way to keep track of wounds, so you don't have to like finagle with putting a dice next to something or anything that's a little bit more complex like that. Then 4 and 5. This is aura ranges. So this kind of helps you figure out ranges your auras, or if it helps you figure out where you can deep strike, because you can do 9-inch bubbles around a model. It just gives a general idea of a distance around a model, so you don't have to measure it out yourself. Just makes it a little bit easier. So like, because
that is cool.
Shadow of the Warp, for instance, is 18-inch range, so if you ever just want to check if something's in Shadow of the Warp range, you could just have the bubble, or you just measure to it. So yeah, just a neat little trick there. Then what we're going to do real quick too, actually, is if you highlight your whole army, and you're going to go right-click it, and then under toggles, you're going to go down to where it says measure movement, and you want to turn that on.
Right.
Ooh.
Which may not have done. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There you go. Try. It worked on your Tyranids. Let me try to fix it on your Hive. There you go. So it just automatically does a measurement for it. So there is a way to pick up and measure, but with this, you don't actually have to hold that button. It just makes it a little bit easier. All your extra tools are on the left side. You can press F1, F2, F3, F4 for hotkeys. You're not really going to use most of the other tools. You're probably mostly going to use the grab tool. Occasionally, you'll use the drawing tool. A lot of times, you use the drawing tool if someone's taking like the one that every time you kill a model, you get points, and then once you kill 10 models, you get a victory point. So that could be really hard to keep track of. So what people do will actually just start like making a scoreboard on the side to tally how many kills they get. Just makes it a little bit easier. That's what I've seen it most for. Other things I've seen it used for is deep strikes. So people are like, okay, this is where I can go for my deep strikes. I'll draw a line that's 9 inches away. Just makes it a little bit easier to mark it, because if you do the double click, oh, my double click's not working. I don't know whether that's working, but sometimes it'll do like a little marker, and if it does a little marker, if you click anything else, it goes away. There you go. So it's not permanent enough to really help you. It goes away pretty easily. Under the drawing tool is the zone tool. Probably never going to use that for this game. It just like marks player areas. You can hide stuff in them. Line tool is your measuring tool. And this is the important one. If you hover over it, you'll get different units. So you'll have inches grid. Make sure you're in inches, although the grid is also in inches. You have 2D or 3D. So 2D is what you want to keep it on. 3D will measure your movement when you pick it up. So if you notice, I turned mine to 3D. I pick it up. It says it's a 1-inch movement already, even though I haven't moved it at all. I just picked it off the ground. So 3D will measure any movement, where 2D you want to keep it on because it only measures across the 2D plane. Ruler mode, if you have auto and free. Auto means it will connect to a base. So like if I have it and I connect to the Swarm Lord, it'll connect their bases. I can't adjust that. If I change it to free, it won't connect to a base. We'll have a little bit more freedom in how I'm measuring. That one will be pretty important. You'll sometimes want to double check like weapon ranges, or if you can see a model, and if you see one bit of a model, do you have range of that model? That's where you'll see free used a lot. You'll also see it sometimes used on vehicles, because not all vehicles' hulls are correctly measured out. Sometimes it just does it for the center. But any vehicles measure from the entire hull, so that just makes it a little bit easier to keep track of those too. I've never used center, and I never use logging. so you don't have to use any of those. The rest of them are just kind of fun tools. Flick tool, you can flick your Hive Tyrant if you want. Just kind of flick them around. Combine tools, definitely never use those. Text tools, never used. Gizmos, all those, never used. Those are more for like map making tools and stuff. Any questions on your overall tools?
No. Not
Think
for
I'm
me
good.
anyway.
Awesome. Okay. I'm sorry, chat, today we don't have Memeing here. He's working, so I don't know how to set up the poll to bet on who's going to win. So put it in chat. Bet who you think's going to win in chat. All right, so at that point, we just go through your armies, talk about what they do. So again, these are pre-made lists made by Aggressively Memeing. Thanks for him for making these lists. We have our Tyranids today. Tyranids are going to be Gorgon again. This is a list that we've run previously. It worked out pretty well. We found that it was against Harlequins, and the psychic weight of the list actually ended up saving the list from the Harlequins' terrifying combat output. So this will be interesting to see if it works again. So you have one squad of Termagants, just base as they are. They're a little bit shooting unit, a little bit fast, kind of some of your horde. Hormagants, more of a combat unit, again, some of your horde. And then you have some Tyranid warriors. They all have their scything talons, and then they have a devourer each. And then in the back there, you have a squad of Zoanthroats, so that's a 3-man squad, and that's adding to your psychic potential there. And then in the front, you're led by a Hive Tyrant, who is your big bad. He's got, instead of a warlord trait, we've talked in an adaptive physiology. So that is one of your Phoenix Awakening, Psychic Awakening rules from 8th edition, which is a different book than the Codex. So some rules for 8th edition are spread across multiple books. Might be a little bit hard to find them. But basically, it's just something other than the warlord trait you can take. You're having accelerated digestion, which anytime that Hive Tyrant kills a model in combat, it can heal a wound for killing that model.
Ooh.
It's kind of a cool way to keep it alive. Tyranid monsters do explode, weirdly enough. They're called death throws, so basically as they're dying, they make attacks. So you do those on 6s. Gorgon, Confused. You also have the hyper-adaptive biology. So basically, if you take damage until the end of that turn, you have +1 toughness. Then Shadow in the Warp is something all your guys have. Basically, any Psychers have -1 to their casts. And then you have Synapse. Basically, for Synapse, you don't have to take Morale if you're near a character. It's a nice way to not have to worry about your hordes. And then because you're a Hive Tyrant, your Synapse range is larger. So instead of 12 inches, it's 18 inches. And then you're taking 2 powers today. You're taking Catalyst, which is one of the best powers in the book. It's basically a 5-up field no pain. So if you take damage, you can, and you get Catalyst off and on a unit, that unit then has a chance to ignore that damage on a 5. Super useful. Then you have Psychic Scream, another great one. Basically, it's like a smite, except for it denies whatever it goes off on the ability to use one of their psychic powers. You just choose a psychic power if you roll higher than their leadership and say you can't use that power. Super useful, really good way to control what your enemy psychers can do or not. And then he's just a beefy boy. Good at combat, very scary weapons. And that's pretty much the Tyranid list. Any questions about that?
Nah, none for me.
Very awesome. Iron, do you have any questions about what his list can and can't do?
As far as I'm aware, it shoots and does psychic stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
And has some people that come in close.
Yes, pretty much. Basically, get used to in any game. Think about like what your other opponent's army can do, and it's actually in the rule book. But basically, by the rules, your opponent's supposed to answer any questions about what their list can and cannot do, what their army can and cannot do. Game knowledge is supposed to be free, basically. So just a good habit to keep in mind to be like, can your guys deep strike? Do you have a way to advance and charge? Stuff like that. General Fray. If you ever want to take part in one of these, there is a tab in the 40K TTS Discord to sign up. Memeing has been handling the sign up, so if you're interested in doing one of these, you just go through that. I forgot about one more of your powers. Your Zoanthropes have a power. So they can smite. They have Shadow of the Warp. They have Warp Blast, which is basically a longer range fight. And then we don't have enough Zoanthropes in your model for this to matter, but when you start adding more models to a Zoanthrope unit, their smite gets way, way better. So it's a pretty cool way to have like this psychic group that gets very strong. Oh, I didn't change on here. I didn't give you paroxysm. I gave you one that allows you to basically advance and charge or move and shoot with your weapons normally. There's a different name for that power, and I'm looking up. But that way you can kind of get you guys into a combat a little bit quicker if you need to, or move a little bit faster, which is really important because there's going to be a lot of damage being dealt by both sides here. I have to find your powers. If you ever need to look up stuff, Wahapedia is great. Let's try to find my discipline. That is Onslaught. So you're taking Onslaught. So basically, if manifested, select a friendly Tyranids unit within 18 inches. That unit can shoot this turn, even if it advances without suffering any penalties. Or advancing and shooting assault weapons. In addition, that unit can charge this turn, even if it advances. So it's a way for you to get quicker, closer quicker. Pretty important for Tyranids.
Yeah.
Alright. 1,000 Suns. Looks like a lot less models, but you also do a lot more damage per model, so it kind of evens out. Alright, so for your 1,000 Suns today, we've got 2 squads of Rubric Marines. Each of your aspiring sorcerers actually has a plasma pistol if you want to risk an overcharge. Then they're pretty bare bones, however, they both have different powers. One squad has, what's it called? Zeech's Firestorm. All your guys get Astral Blast because you're part of that magic cult. So you're in the Cult of Magic, which gives you that extra Astral Blast, and you also have a special relic from the Cult of Magic, another Psychic Awakening book, if you ever want to go into those. Again, you could also just do Wahapedia. So one has Zeech's Firestorm, the other has, not Glamorous Zeech, he has Weaver of Fates, which gives +1 to your invulnerable save. So make your guys a little bit tougher, a little bit harder to kill. And then, Flyman, thank you for the appreciation. We do appreciate that. Then, sorry, got lost. Oh, and then your rest of your squad just base out. All your normal dudes, so this is important because people forget this. Your normal Rubric Marines, so not your sorcerers, have all this dust. Your sorcerers do not have all this dust. So keep that in mind as you're doing saves. Basically, that just means for damage 1, they don't get the bonus because aspiring sorcerers are actually still people, whereas your Rubric Remains are literally dust in the soup. And the same thing with your Terminators. Normal dudes, dust in the soup. Sorcerer, actual dude. So just a way to keep track of that. Your Scare Occult Sorcerer also has a power. Hopefully, who has Doom Bolt. Very, very high cast cost. But if you do get it off, it reduces movement and is a smite. And it's a targeted smite, so it's pretty good. It can really slow down your opponent. Helps you keep pressure on. Then you have a Sorcerer and Terminator Armor. Can't talk to that. Very beefy boy. He is your Warlord. He is taking the Arcane Focus Relic, which gives basically +1 to your... This guy has like +3 to cast right now. Just base out. When a Psychic test is taken, he gets +1 to the cast. And then he has a Familiar, so your first cast has +1 to cast. And then he has a High Magister, so he has another additional +1 to cast. So in your first cast, you have +3 to your cast roll. On your second cast, you only have +2. However, still really good. Terminators, important thing to note is they can deep strike. What that means is that you can put them in reserves for a turn. You cannot have them come down on the first turn, though. So, can be risky, can be a good play, but then they come in, it's a way to protect them. So next turn, they can hit the board, you can do combat, you can do shooting. It's just a way to kind of protect them and move them a little bit quicker, because if you hover over their movement, you'll notice the Terminators, very slow. Very, very slow boys. So it's a way to get them a little bit faster too, to where you need them to be.
Now, when you deep strike, do you get to take your turn right after it?
So you declare it pre-game. You say, I'm going to have these deep strike. And then you get your first turn, and then your second turn they can come in. If you don't have things by third turn come in from deep strike, they're considered dead after third turn. So you pretty much have 2 turns to decide if you want them to come on the board or not. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. But sorcerers and Terminator armor. Oh no, sorry. Your sorcerer, your warlord has 2 casts, 1 deny. And he is taking Warp Time, which is a really, really strong move. That allows a unit to move again. So you can pick a 1,000 Suns unit, you can pick your Terminators, move them once, and then move them again. Super useful. Infernal Gaze is the other one. Basically just another way to do mortal wounds. Your 1,000 Suns kind of main psychic thing is doing damage, where a lot of other ones are focused on buffs. Yours is a lot of offensive powers. And then that's pretty much it. You're just a tanky boy outside that. You're a little bit faster because you're a character, and you got 5 wounds versus the normal 2. Just a very beefy boy. And your normal Terminators also have all this dust. So very, very hard to kill, very hard to shift because they already have a 2-up save. All right.
They have a 2-up save? What? Hold
on.
on.
They do have a 2-up save. They're very beefy boys.
All right.
However,
that's good to know.
You do have a lot of psychic output, so I have a feeling most things are dying. A lot will die to shooting, unfortunately, on the Tyranid side, but I have a feeling your psychic output should help a lot with that. Alright, any questions so far?
I don't have any.
Alright.
How did you calculate the save for them?
So saves, you have your base save, so for them it's 2-up. 1s are never a pass. So anytime we roll a 1 in pretty much anything, it's a fail. Unless it's like a psychic test, you get a 6 on one dice and a 1 on another dice. That would pass. So Terminators, if you're hovering on them, they have a 2-up base save. Let's say he hits you with his Hive Tyrant, which is AP3. So it would go -3 from there, which is kind of the opposite. Technically, it's +3, but we say it's fine. It becomes a 5-up. And because it's 3 damage, you don't get your all those dust roll, so it would stay as a 5-up. If it was something like AP5 and you would suddenly not get a save, you would switch to your invuln save. So your guys all have an invuln save, which is a 5-up invulnerable save. Invuln save can't be changed unless something specifically says it can be changed. So AP does not modify invulns, but cover also doesn't modify invulns.
And I choose which one is better?
Yes, pretty much. There are some times you'll choose the worst one too. It's very rare, but you can be like, I don't want a unit trapped, and I can't shoot at the unit that's being trapped. Like, if you're in combat, you can't shoot at something that's in combat, and you can do something that's called rapid trapping. So if I'm just going to show an example. So if you had, like, these 3 units here, like that, he couldn't get his warrior out, because he can't move his base out. It's called tri-pointing. Because of that, he might be like, I don't want that to happen because then I can't shoot at those units. So I'm going to purposely take the worst save so he dies, type of thing. So there is some tactical decision making on when you want to use the worst save. It's very rare, though. It's very rare to come up. All right. Those are the 2 lists. Any questions?
No, this sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so if you scroll up the top here, you'll see our lovely, lovely scoreboard. I can't remember who's red. Who's red? Whoever's red, click player 1. Because red's on the left side. I keep forgetting that. Player 2. So if you come into the scoreboard, Iron, just come click player 2. And then we're going to talk about secondaries real quick. So secondaries gets very, very complicated. There's many secondaries. Let's do the GT secondaries because they've actually been updated. Yeah, this is a little bit weird because the scoreboard's not updated. Never mind. We'll stick with the normal ones. So secondaries, the way they work, so you have your primaries. And the primary in a mission, it's very simple. All missions have the same primary now. Unless you're playing Crusade. But that's narrative. That's a whole different game almost. So If you hold one objective, which is those objective markers, you score 5 points. If you hold 2 objective markers, you score 10 points. If you hold more than your opponent, you score 15 points. It's really 5 points each. So if you hold one, but that's still more than your opponent, you could still score the hold more. So you could get 10 points for holding one and holding more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Your secondaries, oh, sorry, another piece. You can only ever max out at 45 points for your primary. Same with your secondaries. The most you can ever have is 15 points each, or max out at 45. So if you somehow, because I've never seen it, if you somehow maxed out a game, you'd be at 100 points. Just kind of easy way to keep it track of it. So secondaries are things you choose pre-game that you want to try to accomplish. So there's 2 types of kill secondaries you can choose from. There's Purge the enemy secondaries. There's Assassinate, which is every time you kill a character, you get 3 points. Probably not something you want to take this game, because you guys only have 1 character each. Not really worth it. Bring It Down. Every time a monster or vehicle is killed, you score some points. And then it's based on its wound characteristic. Again, probably not useful this game. There is 1 monster on the field, but it's only worth about 3 points, so it's probably not worth it either. Titan Slayer is anytime you kill a Titanic unit. We have none of those on the board. Slay the Warlord. This is the one I've been recommending for this one because it's just likely to happen. Anytime you kill a Warlord, or when you kill the Warlord, you get 6 victory points. Very easy to get accomplished. Very easy to get. Does that make sense?
Yep, and the Warlord's just going to be his Hive Tyrant right there, right?
Yeah. So Flumper, your Warlord's the Hive Tyrant, and then the Sorcerer Interpreting Armor is the other Warlord. So that's something definitely accomplishable. Thin their ranks is the one I was talking about every time you kill a model. Attrition is anytime you kill more units in your opponent's phase, you score points. Sorry, anytime you kill more units in a battle round, you score some points. So usually something good to take against Tyranids. It might be doable in this match. While we stand, we fight is basically if you keep a unit alive, you get points till the end of the game. First strike. You kill something in your first turn, you get points. So if you kill a unit in your first turn, you get points. Definitely worth it. And then there's Battlefield Supremacy, which is all about positioning. Engage in all fronts is the one that a lot of armies typically take because you kind of have to accomplish it anyway in order to play the primaries. But basically, if you have a unit in each table quarter, you score some points. Line Breaker, if you have a unit in your opponent's deployment zone, you score some points. Domination, if you control more than half the objective markers, you score some points. And then shadow operations are the ones that are your actions. These are things that have to be, you declare your infantry is going to do it, and then they can't do anything else that turn. So there's a few of these. Investigate sites, which is you have to be at the center of the battlefield. Probably wouldn't recommend that one. Repair Teleport Homer. Again, probably wouldn't recommend that one because you have to be in like your deployments. You have to be in your deployment zone, middle of the board, and your opponent's deployment zone. Raise banners. You just basically say this unit's going to plant a banner. When they plant a banner, every time a command phase rolls around, you start scoring some points for every banner you have up. That's a pretty good one too. Very easy to score. Really great for horde armies. You lose your banner if someone takes the objective though. Last, we have our Psychic Secondaries. These are usually considered terrible at about 2,000 points, but they are not bad at this point range. And since you guys have Psychic characters, it could be something to consider. However, if you take these and you try to do one of them, you don't get any more casts from that Psyker. So like your Warlords have 2 casts each. They would only ever be able to cast these powers. So I would say for this matchup, probably not worth doing because that's where most of y'all's damage is going to come from. Usually what I let people do is pick. So if you guys wanted to pick your own, or if you want me to just recommend ones for you guys, then we could do it that way too.
I'd
like to be recommended like a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I would say, because of the game, Slay the Warlord's pretty inevitable for both of you guys. So I would just go for Slay the Warlord, which should be one of the first ones. And then what's nice about, if you look at the scorecard real quick, you'll notice that at the bottom here, you can just actually select 2 of those secondaries and then keep track of them that way. Then I would say attrition's probably doable for the Thousand Suns, but it's pretty hard for you to accomplish as a Tyranid. So we'll do attritions for the Thousand Suns. And then, however, for the Tyranids, engage on all fronts is definitely doable because you have so many units. And then finally, we need to take one each. I would say for Tyranids, doing banners is great because you have those horde units that you can kind of just throw to do banners and not have to worry about what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotta go back. And then each mission usually has their own secondaries. Some of them are terrible. I passed it again. Some of them are terrible, and some of them are
no mercy, no respite.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Nope. Okay, we're doing it slower this time. Nope. Nope. There we go. Oh, one more. Nope. Come on, one more. There we go. For the Thousand Suns, I would say you probably don't want an action secondary because you're only rocking about 4 units today, and you'll need them to be doing things. So I think First Strike is doable, but it might be risky. Yeah, that's a harder one. It is a harder one. I don't know in this case.
Oh.
This is a toughie. Bring it down. No. Really one there. There you got attrition. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes you struggle with what secondary you want to pick. Oof. Let's say. At 500 points, honestly, it might just come down to who kills the most. But we will try. Let's try First Strike. I might be screwing you here.
First Strike's taking out a whole unit, right?
Yes. But his Tyranids don't have saves, basically, against your bolters.
I just gotta wound a lot and hit.
Yeah, you just pretty much gotta hit him. So we'll try... Oh, I can't do First Strike. We already took a kill secondary. Never mind. We're gonna do... I think we just have to do domination. So you're gonna have to try to make it your goal to take and hold objectives, basically.
That one's holding more objectives, right?
Oh, we lost our objectives. So where did they go? There we go. They're back. Not holding more, just hold. Well, it would end up being holding more. It's holding more than half at the end of a battle round, which is doable on this map because you only need to hold 3.
That's like all my squads, man.
It is all your squad, yes. However, there's not really any others that's a great one, and that does happen.
It's 500 points.
Yeah, it's 500 points. And honestly, in the 2K game too, that is where a lot of the thought goes into. It's like, what secondary can I possibly take against this army? You'll encounter that a lot. A tip for list building, when you start hitting like 1,000, 2,000 points, you want to list build thinking about secondaries. Thinking about what secondaries can I accomplish and what secondaries are going to be ones I can deny. So you don't want to like, oh, I'm going to take a bunch of monsters so my opponent can blow them off the board and then I just give them free points. So you kind of balance your list around secondaries too a little bit. Alright, and that's that there. So now we go to another one of our tools. Up the top here, you see your dice rolling board. So if you click the 1d6, it'll actually just put a dice on down. If you click 2d6, it puts 2 dice down. If you click 5d6, it puts 5 dice down. 10d6, 25d6, it's all the same. You can clear the map by right-clicking this button, and just all goes away. If you want to have different colored dice, you have red and blue up here. You can just switch which one you want to use. So if you wanted to use blue, we could just keep it iron. Since you are blue, you can be blue. Flumper, since you're red, you can be red. So we'll get 1 blue dice, 1 red dice. And then you roll off. And the person who wins the roll off gets to decide who deploys first or who deploys second. And for the way to roll, you don't actually have to press R. What's really nice, you can actually just drop it in this box, and it'll roll for you. And then, in the case of a tie, so it's a good example tie, you just re-roll it, basically. Although you picked up both dice. So make sure you only roll your own dice. So I don't know who rolled there, so let's do it one more time.
Oh, no.
All right.
It was on bottom, man.
A 5?
The flick tool, just
Okay.
throw it in.
I wish.
Just drop it in, yeah.
A 3. Okay, so Flumper, do you want to deploy first or second?
I want to deploy second.
That makes sense. So sometimes, what deployment usually, the rule is basically that you choose, the person who deploys first gets to choose what side of the board they want to deploy on. In most TTS maps, they're going to be exactly the same. Like, they're going to be totally even across. So really, people just roll to go first or second for deployment. So because he's going to second, you first, for deployment, would declare what's going in Deep Strike. So, are you going to put your Terminators in Deep Strike, or you keep them on the board?
I believe I'll Deep Strike them.
Okay. Are you going to keep your Sorcerer on the board, or also put the Terminator, your Warlord, on in Deep Strike? Now, because you have First Strike, there is a consideration you might want more on the board, because you're going to you need to try to get that kill.
I want him on the board, and the other Terminators out, because he's 5 movement, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so these guys will be Deep Strike, so we just set them aside. And then you pick one of these 3 units that you want to deploy first.
Do we go back and forth on who we're deploying?
Yes, so you deploy first, and then he deploys, and then you just go back and forth between units.
We'll go with this crew, and I'll find a nice spot for him.
So things to think about, too. So these ruins have obscuring, which means in order to draw a line of sight, you have to be in them. The way line of sight works in 40k is it's true line of sight. So any part of a model, I mean literally any part, which gets very silly, if you can see it, if that model can see that part, they can shoot at. But the way obscuring works is basically it creates like an invisible wall. So let's say he had a harm, that's a bad example. Let's say he had a warrior here, and he had a rubric here. He could not shoot your rubric, even though this window is here, because this has obscuring. If you had the warrior here, you could shoot the rubric because he's looking past it. But the way obscuring works is it basically makes like a wall that you cannot see through.
Is it both ways?
It's both ways, so you can shoot him either. Now, as soon as you're touching that terrain, or in that terrain, he can now see the rubric because of that window there. However, if you had your rubric here, and your warrior was here, couldn't see the rubric still, even though you're in terrain, because that's just a solid wall. Yeah. There's nothing there to see through. So one thing to think about when you're deploying is like, okay, how safe am I from firepower, and where do I need to go? Because you only have movement 5, so you're not the quickest. You're not the slowest, but you're also not the quickest. Actually, movement 6 with these guys. So weirdly enough, your aspiring sorcerer. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah.
Well, you have to have muscle, you know.
So if you want to be a little bit more forward, you got a little bit more tanky guys, something to think about. It's pretty hard to get like a first turn line of sight because of this line of sight blocking terrain. So a consideration. So woods, they don't have obscuring. Usually when you hover over it tells you all the keywords. They have dense cover. What dense cover does is if you're behind or shooting through dense cover at all, you suffer a -1 to hit. So it's like woods are hard to see through is basically the idea. Breachable means you can walk through it, so that if the trees are in the way, you can just walk through the trees with infantry. Defensible, you get a bonus if you're in terrain to either for combat. I can't remember if it's like +1 to your saves or +1 to hit. I'd have to look that back up. But you get a slight bonus for it. And then the one that's really going to mess you with few is difficult ground. Difficult ground gives you -2 to your movement. So it slows your guys down pretty significantly, and it's -2 to any movement. So you really need to think through, do you want to start in the woods? If you start in the woods, you're going to start slower, but you're also safe because of the dense cover. Usually woods also have light cover, which gives you +1 to your save, so it's another thing to think about too. Alright, so, I'm going to put your warrior back. Flumper, he deployed, so now you get to choose where you want to deploy. And I would say that's a generally smart place to put him just to take that objective early on. So while you're thinking that for John, so with your Raise a Banner secondary, you want to think about where you can get to banners and quick. You can move and raise banners, you just cannot advance.
Right.
So you're also want to think about, okay, he's got first strike, so you want to try to deny him those points. So you could try to think about keeping your guys safe and out of sight, but it might be harder to get banners that turn. Or you could think about, I'm going to try to go for my objectives and not worry too much about what he's trying to accomplish. So there's two ways to think about it. General Frey... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I think that's probably what I'm going to do, but I don't know, really.
So...
Winging it.
Just thinking about the list, realistically, because he has so much AP on his weapons, playing a bit safer is going to be better. If you can deny him points, that's going to put you in a better position. So I would also say I would wait to see where the rest of his stuff goes and put your stuff like over here. Because if his bolter's got fairly long range. So if you start here, you know you're going to get to that objective. You know you can raise a banner. You don't need to worry too much about where he's shooting from yet. So that just gives you a little bit of time to see where the rest of his stuff is going and then deploy based on what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because if you deploy there, then he can start thinking about, well, then I'm going to deploy everything here. If I get first turn, I'm just going to blow that unit up.
Right. Oh my goodness. My computer.
Oh, you're fine. It happens. And don't forget that he can't shoot through this, so you have a little bit of safety too. But your guys also move fast, so that's also not a bad idea. Because you got the 6-inch move. The way objectives work, if you only have to be within 3 inches, so you could literally move these guys like 3 here, or like 4 here. You're technically holding the objective, declare banners, and they don't have to do anything else, and you've got them.
Awesome. All right, so that's where they're gonna go.
Mm-hmm. So then you would deploy Iron, your next unit. You usually want to deploy your characters last, unless it's like you're trying to figure out what their ore is, and they're the unit you're trying to keep the most safe. So now you want to think about, okay, I don't know where the rest of his stuff is going yet. You do know objectives here. You know you've got first strike. So do you want to try to kind of blob up somewhere to accomplish first strike? Do you want to try and like spread out and just kind of go, I don't think first strike's even going to happen. I'm just going to go for domination and be like, all right, it was a waste of 5 points, but I can go for some other stuff.
If I was going for first strike, I probably should have put this army over to here. I was thinking.
Yeah, potentially.
Figuring that out.
However, that's also not a bad idea. To just get to that objective quicker because you're going to need something there too. So realistically, because you're so, you don't have as many boots on the ground, so it's going to be harder for you to play the objective game.
Now, how far can I be from the objective to take it? 3
inches from the edge. So you don't have to be that far away. You can be pretty close. So like, it would still take you a turn of movement, but you would still get there pretty quickly.
Okay. And then how far apart can my squad mates be past that?
So anything in a unit has a 2-inch coherency. If it's 5 or less models, it's just 2 inches per model. If you're 6 or more models, it's 2 inches per 2 models. So every 2 models need to be within a 2-inch coherency. Yeah, I can't change the title, unfortunately, because I don't have control over it, and I don't know where Malice is. So unfortunately, I don't think he can change it either.
And then it's shooting through woods would give me the bonuses, or do I just have to be touching it?
So you don't want to be touching it because the minus movement applies to the whole unit. So as soon as one thing's touching it, if you don't want the minus movement, dense cover is shooting through. So let's say he doesn't have a lot of shooting, so it's not going to super apply. But if you put his warriors here, try to shoot through it, you would be in dense because that line crosses over the dense cover. If he's in dense cover and shoots at you from like here, then he wouldn't suffer the penalty because you don't suffer the penalty for being in the dense cover. If you're in dense cover and he shoots into you, then he would suffer the penalty. If you fire out from dense cover, you don't suffer a penalty for the minus, though.
And then how much movement loss is it again?
2 inches, which is pretty significant.
Yeah.
In general, yes, this map I've used before. The deployment does depend on the mission. So usually missions change where your objectives are placed, and then they change where your deployment zones are. Just gonna move those dudes slightly back because you want to make sure you're behind the line.
Oh, okay. Good. And then how am I supposed to tell where exactly the woods ends and starts?
Usually it's the base. So if you look at this one, it's kind of hard to tell. There is like you're still not. I would go like a slightly more because you can see the line right there.
Okay. Okay, that looks good.
Perfect. And then one last thing to think about is character protection rules. So, Lookout, Sir, is character protection in 40k, but basically, if you played Sigmar at all, it's different. Basically, it just means you cannot target a character under 10 wounds, so they have to be under 10 wounds. If they are within 3 inches of unit with 3 or more models, or they're next to a monster or a vehicle. So when you place your sorcerer dude, you want to think about who's going to be his bodyguards.
Yep. So if he's the only one seen and there's people around him, would they still get hit first?
They would. It's a little bit weird.
Okay. They just bend the bullets. You know,
Yes.
I get you.
As long as they're closer, though. So that's the important abstract, too. They have to be the closer models. All right, so Flumper, now it's your turn to decide. Again, you're thinking about, do you want to deny him kill points, or do you want you're trying to, or do you want to kind of like death ball it?
I'm gonna put these guys. Come on, computer, you are fine. I'm gonna put these guys like right here, but you little shit. Are we allowed to say shit?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. If you highlight the whole unit, and then press 1, 2, 3, or 4, it'll reorganize it for you.
Right. Alright, well, that's... Sure, that's fine.
Alright, cool. Just checking real quick to make sure the... Yep, that's perfect. Like, models with bases are measured to the base, so you don't have to worry too much about the tentacles.
Right.
And then I get my Terminator to put down.
Mm-hmm. Now remember, he's your character and your beefy boy and your warlord, and he's got Slay the Warlord, so you might want to make sure he's protected by a unit. And remember, it's closest model, so if he ends up with something closer, he's still targetable. Still pretty hard to kill. But, like, say if he had something here and shot at you, then he would still be the closest model, because he's the guy's within 3 inches.
Okay, I thought they were going to be like Mr. President in front of him, you know?
Not that extreme. Not that extreme. So if you want to move him to be a little bit more protected, you can.
All right. And if they're like side by side, would it still shoot him?
He's
closest.
He would still be the closest, depending on the unit, because like these might end up being closer than that. Not that they have guns, but it's still something to think about.
Yeah. All right.
And there's nothing stopping you from like deploying a unit. Like as long as your unit's within 2 inches from literally like surrounding an HQ with a unit.
All right. These are the claw ones, so got it.
All right.
Does this crater provide anything, or
Crater usually also has some real sort. So that's got light cover and difficult ground. So if it means if you're touching the crater, you have +1 to your save rolls. That's what light cover is. Difficult ground is the -2 movement.
Okay. I think he's good right
And
there.
then I just put my stuff down, right? Because he's got nothing else.
Yeah, he's pretty much all deployed. So at this point, it's all you.
Right. All right. I'm gonna B. Let's see here. these guys.
So those dudes are surprisingly tough. So that's something to think about too. So I actually have a 3-up
They are,
invulnerable save, which blew my mind.
Excuse me?
Yeah, they're really hard to take down. I don't know why. Basically,
Yeah,
Psychers usually get an invuln because they're like using their psychic powers to make a shield around them. They just have like a super good psychic
Can I
shield.
put them there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, awesome. So that is where they will go.
I think they also fly. Yeah, they do
They
have
do.
fly. So they
I
ignore
had them in
target.
the first one, so yeah, they can fly.
Mm-hmm.
And they got 3
And then-
wounds.
They're 3 wounds each. Yeah, that's a beefy unit.
No,
I guess
Forward to victory.
Thank you so much for the follow, Sergeant Sterling. Think about so Flumper. Don't forget for your Swarm Lord, Hive Tyrant. Keep calling him Swarm Lord. He is over 10 wounds, so he does not get character protection. So there's a thought process there of the
Oh, I thought like if he got okay, never mind.
So he can either start way back, but he's kind of your heavy hitter, so you don't quite want to do that with him. Starting around the dents, you know where his shooting is now. So if you start like behind or around the dents, that'll give you some safety. He is pretty tough. It's kind of hard to kill him in general because he's a tough boy. He's T7, and his bolters are only strength 5, strength 4. So you could start like behind the dents, just make him a little bit harder to shoot. You're a little bit slower when you come out of it, but that's kind of why I gave you that power that allows you to advance and charge. Is now you're not super worried about the penalties.
Yeah, and you got to gobble up the dust.
Yeah, so you can either put him kind of like safely behind the woods, which would monsters generally cannot get light cover, but they can get dense cover, so he would still be minus to hit if he's hiding behind those woods.
Right.
Or you could even have him starting in the woods. You'll suffer the movement penalty, but that he can go eat something a little bit quicker either way.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. So since he's over 10, he doesn't benefit from being behind these guys.
Correct.
Even when he's at like 2 left.
Even when he's at 2 left, yeah.
Okay.
That one is wound characteristic. It's not wound count.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put him in the woods. And then these guys are gonna go. Decisions.
Oh, jeez, he's fast.
He can be pretty fast, yeah.
He's angry.
He's a big angry boy.
And it's only characters that have lookout, sir, right?
Correct.
It's not like the zone throws can still be hit.
Yes.
Even though they're behind. Okay. I'm gonna put these guys.
And because you're deploying pretty much all these units at once, if you like think about those don't get the character roll anyway, maybe I want them further ahead. That's something you can totally consider.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put these guys here.
I would say I'm not saying like you're doomed, but I'm saying strategically speaking, your best bet for this matchup is actually to just play the objective.
Is it? Okay.
Because you're going to have a hard time killing a lot of their units without the Hive Tyrant. You have a lot of psychic output that could do it, but he has a lot of denies to potential to stop your psychic output. Your Hive Tyrant can hit really hard, and he doesn't have a lot of anti-tank to deal with him, but he has enough psychic output that he could. The good news is, with that psychic output, Smite's your closest model, and then a few of his other powers are also closest model. The one thing I'm going to say, he does have Astral Blast. And that's a rough power for Tyranids to go against because it does mortal wounds around the unit it hits. And it's a 3-inch range, so you might want your guys actually a little bit more spread out.
Right.
Just so he doesn't immediately Astral Blast you and make your life miserable.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be far. You literally could just be like, I'm just going to put them 4 inches away from those guys on 3 inches, and you'd be fine.
Yeah. Okay. And then, I'll put this guy here.
And then these guys at the back.
Okay, hold on. Ooh.
Deployment's the hardest part of the game.
Back here. Ooh.
It's...
There we go.
A lot of people think... I'm not sure. I'm not going to talk for people in generalizations, but I will say a lot of people think shooting and combat is where games are decided. I heavily disagree. It is entirely down the movement deployment.
Oh, well, actually, maybe these guys will go over here.
The nice thing about having that power is that it's an 18-inch range. Your zoanthropes can advance and use their powers, so you have some options for movement. So you could even have them kind of as like a reserve unit, thinking about maybe I want them to go one direction, maybe I want them to go the other direction.
A couple of these guys right here, I think. Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, I would say the only thing I might recommend for deployments have your zoanthropes a little bit closer.
Closer. Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
The? Oh yeah, if you guys hear banging, my roof is getting I don't know what it is, but it's like
Reshingled
shingles
probably.
are getting
Yeah, you're good.
reshingled.
Yeah, something like that. Or you could just have them right behind the Hive Tyrant. They're pretty hard to kill, so they shouldn't die this turn no matter what happens.
I'm gonna put them like right here.
What if I shoot him like
what
a lot?
the hell?
If you have a really good roll, and that does happen in 40k, and then he rolls catastrophically bad. Like, I mean, just the absolute worst rolling I've ever seen. Then yeah, you could kill one or two.
Do mortal wounds go past invuln saves?
They do.
I'm pretty sure.
So mortal wounds go past all saves. So that's another thing to think about, is that like with a psychic off, it comes down to you need to know what to deny and what not to deny, and how many models you want to try and save. All right, so that is deployment done. Now comes the big piece here, which is rolling off to see who goes first. So you go back to your dice tray.
Right. Let you roll first.
And then whoever wins has to go first. It's not like 8th edition. It's not, and actually, it's just, I think new within the last 3 months. So.
Oh my gosh. Wi-Fi, Jesus. All right, so we put them in the box, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
all right, red roll a 4. All right, so Thumper, you are red. No, yes, you're red, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So red goes first. So you go to this button up here. It said red player first. So far, I think red player has gone first every single game I played. He clicks Starcade.
Oh, come on. You didn't tell
Awesome.
us that beforehand? Where was that in the fine print?
Going for so there is a going first advantage of 40k, but not every army wants to go first. Honestly,
is there a classic example of one that doesn't?
I would actually say this is a situation that you did not want to go first.
Right.
Because you move slower than him, so him coming to you is an advantage, not a disadvantage. He will be able to spread out and get the objectives quicker than you. But now you actually have a chance of getting first strike if he doesn't position well. Whereas before, it was pretty unlikely at this point that you were getting first strike.
It's okay. We believe in him, though.
Alright, so yeah. So Flumper, you go to your command phase. Nothing there for Tyranids yet. You guys both start on 3 command points. So you go up to 4 command points now because your command phase started. The only ones we're using is the reroll and the interrupt fighting and Overwatch as the command points we're using today. So then you just switch to your movement phase.
Okay.
And so this is kind of the turn where you just want to set up as many actions as possible. You're not likely to make a turn 1 charge. You could do a little bit of damage here with some psychic shenanigans and some shooting. But realistically, you almost want to, I don't know, play defensive is the right word, but you want to play kind of a game where you're just really trying to get the points to your advantage.
Right. Oh, wait, I can just select all of them.
So yeah, General Frey, these are some Scarab Occult Terminators while he's moving there. That they basically, their job is to deep strike leader and do some damage.
Right.
Some units have a base general, and some units have some codexes have stratagems that pay for deep strikes. Remember that for holding objective, you might want them out that far, I don't know. But holding an objective, you only have to move within 3 inches of it.
Oh, okay. So I move them at like 6. I can move them back like there, and then move them around, right?
Yep, just keep them safe if you wanted to. You really, it's unlikely this turn that he's going to get there. The one thing about deep strikes is that it's a 9-inch bubble, so they have to be able to be outside 9 inches. So you want to think about too how you can deny him coming in to kind of smack you in the face.
Right.
But you should be able to do that either way, so you should be good.
All right. So then these guys are gonna. How much do they go? 6. Awesome. Zoanthropes are gonna go.
So they have a 24
I
inch.
can.
You can advance in psychic powers, and they have a 24-inch range
What?
spike.
Oh, I thought you. Okay, I thought you said they can move 24 inches.
No, their spike's 24 inches.
Ooh, goody, 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 goody.
But
They
they're
need to be within line of sight, though, right?
for smite, yes.
Okay. So I don't think.
But you can advance and smite.
And psychic stuff.
Do they
yeah.
get 1 smite per character there?
So the way smite works is you can cast it once per psyker, as many times as you want in the psychic phase. However, every time you try to manifest smite, it costs go up by 1. So the original cost of smite is 5. So the first time you cast it, you need a 5 to get it. The second time you need a 6. The third time you need a 7.
But that's if you get it, right? Not just.
No, even if you don't get it.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay. Ooh. So, and in his unit, is every single one of his models a psyker, or
No, I
Just-
only have
just
the
the one.
leaders.
Just a
So
sword
each
Okay.
squad
force.
lead.
just sorcerers and then the warlord, and then
Yeah.
the one in the Terminator?
Mm.
Yes, exactly. However,
Cool, cool.
you're not gonna he's not gonna remove those first.
Yeah.
That was not probably the play he wants to. So don't forget you can advance them with no penalty, and they can still do their psychic shenanigans.
Oh, yeah. Then I will do that. So I'll move them here and then advance them, right?
And don't forget you have fly, so you basically can ignore that crate's there. What fly does is you ignore
Oh,
vertical
cool.
distances. So they don't suffer a penalty for moving those distances. They could just literally just move on top, and he's fine.
Awesome. So then I will advance them. This is D6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So an extra 3
Mm.
inches. With that extra 3, let's see, you might be able to get a guy with line of sight. So if you move like here, probably not. No, unlikely. Oh, actually, you'll have to see when you move. If you can see that back guy, you can get the spine on him. If you had a little bit farther. Now, the nice thing about fly is you actually ignore dents, so you don't have to worry too much about that.
oh, cool. Can I get anybody? It's like at the base, right? I can.
As long as any part of the model can see it, yeah. So if we go from here to there. That's a hard one.
I can see him from the corner to corner.
Yeah, that should. Let's see. Yeah, you're like your fin. Can see the back.
Yeah.
Quick, let me turn sideways. I'm invisible then.
Shit. Plan was foiled again. Then 3 inches. Move this guy over here 3 inches.
Mhm.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, just make sure the
Make
bases are
bases.
on top of each other.
All right, and then I move these guys. How do you get rid of the little purple?
4.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. And
Awesome.
then look at your tokens.
Hormogontians are gonna move up. How much? 8? Holy shit. They're gonna go like right here. I want to be within line of sight of them.
That's what I was looking for.
No, that would be too close to the wall because they would just see through, right?
You still would need the
You
line
have
of
to
sight.
touch the bases.
Yeah, so you would need to touch the terrain. If you get your guys to the terrain, you can see through it. Yeah, your bases have to be touching the terrain in order to
Okay.
count.
So it'd be either here or just being right next to it here.
Exactly. Or you could just like look around. So if you like manage to get you guys over there and look
Mhm.
around, you can do that.
I'll
With
move him.
He's
So
got a 6
Ooh.
movement right there, right?
yeah, he's got a 6-inch movement because he's in that terrain there. So now this is where you really want to think
There.
about where you want to go. You only have I can't remember what's the distance of Psychic Scream is, let me check that, 18 inch. So if you go that way, you can kind of start helping guard these guys, or if you start going this way, you can add a little bit more pressure on those rubrics. So you kind of want to think about which direction you want to go. Realistically, you want to try to remove enough models for when those Terminators come in and really make your day rough.
Right. I think he's gonna go there.
All
I
right.
think that's it for the movement phase.
Alrighty, so then we go to what is going to be the big phase of this game. Psychic phase. So your zone throats are definitely in smite range, so you just need to roll if you want to do them first.
Yeah, I guess we'll just. So I'm gonna smite that man right there.
So
And then I can cast a deny, right?
let's see. I try. Yes, deny is 24 inches. So yes.
Okay.
I mean, even if it was an 18, which is your front.
Don't I
position,
subtract 1 from that? From anything, right?
too.
1 from psychic tests. if they're
Psychic
within 18
tests.
inches.
Psychic tests aren't denies. Deny the witch
Okay.
is a different thing than psychic tests.
Awesome.
So you need
So-
2 dice.
Me or him? Or both
You.
of us? Okay. So
You to start, and then if he wants to deny, we'll see. So that
Oh.
would be a fail. So this is a good time to talk about CP rerolls. If you spend 1 CP, you can reroll both dice. You can only do that once per phase, though. So you have to think about, is this what you want it to be off on, or do you want to wait? I would say this is probably where you do want to use your reroll, because you want to
yeah.
do some damage this turn.
Yep. Okay.
And if you snake it, that's Perils of the Warp.
Yes, if you snake eyes, it's perils. You can reroll it to try to escape the perils pass. So it goes off with a 5. He does have a chance to deny, so you just need to roll over a 5 in order to deny him his casts.
So
Jeez.
I just added D6. Oh, that's the wrong color.
So to switch the colors, you see the little blue on the side there. Yeah. So it's even, so he still gets it up. Now you, if you really don't want to use lose those rubrics, you could use the CP in this phase to try and deny that power. But you also want to keep him with.
I have 3.
You have 3 CP and you have quite a few denies because you have a Psyker in every unit, so it might be worth it. His Hive Tyrant has 2 powers though, so you want to think about if you want to try to deny those.
Yep. And is he the only one that can deny? Or
Every single one. So his Hive Tyrant's the other one. These guys definitely are out of range to deny. So this is
so
the
it's
only
not
squad.
based on who's getting hit, it's based on who's casting, right?
Yes, and it's based on the model denying. So this model's denying. So he would be the one that had to.
Okay. So I'll just try to lose a CP just to test.
Alright, cool. So then you just take both your blue dice and try to reroll. Okay!
Let's go.
Well, good job. So now the way Spike works is you roll D3. So what most people do is roll a D6.
And then
1 and 2 is 1, 2 and 3 is 2. So it's 1 more to
one.
wound. So basically 1 rubric dies. Oh, he explodes. Mind explosion. And then that's it. Well, he doesn't really have a mind. Dust
He
explosion?
just disassembles.
Yeah, it just falls apart. So now you go to your Hive Tyrant because Zone Throats don't have any other casts. And then you have Psychic
2
Scream.
casts.
You have Smite, and you only have 2 casts, so you can choose for these. Catalyst, Psychic Scream, and Smite. I would say you definitely want to try to get Catalyst off.
Yeah. But I'm gonna try and do Catalyst on the Hormagaunts,
Mhm.
maybe? Yeah. That sounds like a good idea to me.
That's what I would target with it, yes. So Catalyst needs a 6, so you need to roll a 6 or more.
And it goes off.
And 8 will do it. So now you have 2 denies over there, so whichever one you want to pick up from Iron.
Do certain ones have better ones? Like this guy, I think he has focuses. So they
His
can
is
deny
all
better.
for Psychic tests. Let me see if he has anything for denies. No, it's all for making your powers come out better, not for denying better.
Okay. And I'm getting this guy and this guy to be able to cancel his.
Yeah, so you've got 2 denies left. He's cast 1 power. You're going to try to deny this, so you'll both
We'll
get
use
1 and 1.
the sorcerer over here. on the
Sure, why
Terminator.
not? You need a 9.
Easy peasy. Oh. Unless it doesn't want to roll.
Yeah, it could be a little finicky sometimes. Not on a 4! So, Catalyst goes off. All that means is, and I will, we actually have to go back because I forgot to tell you to say something. I don't think there's a feel no pain marker, so we'll just get this shield. No, that's the wrong one. So if you press Control C, which one did I want? That one. If you press Control C, you can make a copy of a token. And then, I can't remember how to do it, but there is a way to scale up and down. So you just make it a little bit smaller so it's not super intrusive.
Cool.
Then what I forgot to tell you to do is to say that you're doing banners. So we'll do that real quick. So
Okay, yeah.
you want this squad, Harmagons, to do banners so they didn't advance.
And I want the...
This one there, yeah.
Yeah.
Really, it doesn't matter because neither of them advance.
And only infantry can do that, right?
Only infantry, that's right.
Okay, yeah. Then those two will raise banners. And then the Hive Tyrant will, for his second one, I don't think... His needs to be line of sight for Smite too, right?
Yes, Smite is line of sight, so you could not Smite because you just don't have the line of sight there. Psychic Scream.
That is far. Too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Psychic Scream.
I actually don't think you're in Psychic Scream range either. Hold on. It is just nearest enemy unit, and it has to be within 18. So if we look here, you could get this unit.
Yeah. Ooh, well, what's the other one? Wait, isn't the other one where you can try? Well, no, wait, that would be dumb.
The other one is on the Zoanthropes, so which you wouldn't need this right
okay.
now.
Catalyst Smite. I can't smite anybody. Yeah, I'll Psychic Scream. I can't get his Warlord, but I can get his
that one specifically says nearest
sorcerer.
enemy unit, so it has to be the nearest. It doesn't say nearest visible enemy unit, it just says nearest enemy unit. So,
okay, so the Aspiring Sorcerer is going to get Psychic Screamed, hopefully.
yes.
Which, let's see what that does.
It does some mortals.
D3 mortal runes.
Yep. And then if you roll over his leadership characteristic, then he can't use one of his powers, basically.
Awesome. So first is the test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oop.
So definitely goes off with a 9, and then Iron, you have a chance to deny.
All right, let's do that.
Again, you need a 10. Just rolling pretty well on these tests. Oh, you get all a 10, so this is 9. So there you go. So then that's the end of the psychic phase, and then we go to your shooting phase. Of which I don't think you have any. Yeah. So if you go to
shooters are here.
if you go to the red button and just right click, it'll just skip the rest of the turn because there's not going to be any charging. There's no morale.
So shooting next.
Yep.
Charge or nothing. Fight nothing. Morale nothing.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. So then it's Thousand Suns. Again, nothing in command phase. You go with old dexes.
Yeah.
So it just goes straight to your
command
move.
phase is when I drop these guys.
So it had to be your second turn. It's actually at the end of your next movement phase. So they can't jump in and move, but they can drop in and go to charge phase and charge.
Okay.
So yeah, so you go up, click the command phase button to bring us to the movement phase.
Yep.
Whoa. Oh, excuse me.
And yeah, now it's your movement. So now you want to think about, okay, so these dudes are now a little bit buffed up. They're a little bit defensive. How is this the squad you're going to try to kill, or you're going to try to kill something else?
I think I'm going after the Hormagaunts. But what buff did they exactly get? Was it +1 to their save?
It's not +1 to their save. What it does is what's called, what people refer to as a feel no pain, but basically it means they ignore damage. So every time your bolters get through, he won't be able to do a save. But he will able to do a 5-up save against mortals, and he'll be able to ignore the damage the bolters do on 5s.
Okay. So I think we're probably going to just get a good old strike team on the Hormagaunts. See if we can stay defensible against those Zoanthropes. Which see pretty much everything if I go up. It's interesting. So. Oh no.
Oh.
What happened to my measurement?
Sometimes it turns off. Hold on, let me double check what happened. Make sure you're not holding shift while you're moving them too, because that turns it off apparently. I don't know why. Try moving him again.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Everything's not working. Alright, so what you can do while you're moving, hold tab.
Yep, that's
Okay.
what I've been doing.
It'll just turn it back on. So they're only 3 inches, but you're definitely on that objective.
Yeah. And you said I don't get any penalty through shooting through the cover at all?
No, because you're touching it now and he's not behind it.
Okay. Do I lose movement going into it?
Yes.
Does it automatically subtract 2?
Any way you interact with that piece of terrain will subtract 2 to your movement.
Okay, because I think I kind of want to touch just a bit
Yeah.
to get that defense modifier.
Yeah, why not? Now, if you could target a model that's sitting outside of it, you wouldn't get the benefit from.
Yeah. Probably can flank there. But I think they're good for their movement.
Mm-hmm. So this one's going to be a little bit tough because...
Yeah, I'm just slightly too slow, it feels.
Yeah. So, but again, you can advance and psychic. So since you know you can't get shots out of them anyway, it might be worth just to do the advance and psychic.
Yeah.
And realistically, you only need about a 6 to get there.
And I think the Terminator can advance and shoot.
No, unless it's an assault weapon. Terminators ignore, what is it, the heavy weapon penalty? I'd have to go look. But they, the only things that you can advance and shoot is if it specifically has a rule for it, or if it's a rapid, an assault weapon. But you suffer a penalty for advancing and shooting assault weapons, unless you have a rule that says otherwise.
Okay. So it's Hive Titans right here. So probably. Move him out about 5.
Mm-hmm. And you're basically your claw can see, so your gun.
My gun can see. It's got a little camera on the end.
Yeah. You're peeking. You're peeking around.
Right. And is it based on how many models can see over at the tyrant that I can shoot?
Yes, it's per model for line of sight. Now, with your psychic powers, too, you want to think about if they require a line of sight or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, like Smite, requires it. Astral Blast requires it. Weaver doesn't, and that's the unit with Weaver. So, that might be a good place to be like, okay, I'm going to buff up my Sorcerer, and that's all this squad is doing is buffing up the Sorcerer, making him a bit tougher to chew through.
Okay. That sounds probably like a good call, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
It's that, or you just like try to slam these guys forward and do some mortal wounds with some psychic powers into the Hormagaunts.
I mean, the only thing I could do extra would be moving the Sorcerer over.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Sorcerer's in front, I still lose rubrics instead, right?
Yes, you could choose what models
It's
you
not
use.
like the character one? Okay. So I could probably get 1 shot since he gets 1 extra inch.
Yes. If you wanted to use that extra inch.
I mean, it sounds funny. I'm in,
Why not? I don't think you can quite see, but it was worth a shot.
Okay. Can the gun see?
Oh, well, hold on.
Maybe not.
No, I think you're just slightly out of that one.
All right. I want to put him back then.
Yeah, sure, why not? All right.
All right, that's my movement.
Yeah, so then you have the psychic phase. So you do have line of sight with the sorcerer, so he could do a few powers. You have these guys over here who have some powers.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, so when you choose a thing to do psychic, they have to do all their casts. Mm-hmm. So it might be you want to start with these guys because they're pretty much only going to do one thing anyway.
Yeah. So this sorcerer has
Tzeentch's Firestorm or Smite. Smite only does 1 mortal wound, so it's probably more fit to at least attempt Tzeentch's Firestorm. The problem is that he has the Shadow of the Warp, and you're definitely in range of it, so you're at a -1 to cast. So you kind of want to think about
Going for like it's a 40% play versus like a
yeah. You
below
could
50.
do 1 mortal wound, or you can try the Hail Mary, get the 8 of the psychic test, and maybe do more because it's only on 6s for Zinch's Firestorm, so it's kind of a risk either way.
Yeah, that's like 1.5 normally.
Yeah.
Damage wise.
It's about the same.
So I think Smite's probably better.
Probably. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
It's only 1 mortal wound for Smite, unless you roll a 10 or over. Over a 10 for them, and then it's D3 mortal wounds. For your sorcerers, they have slightly less powerful Smites, basically. So it does have to be closest unit, so you just have to see
it's
which
closest.
closest.
So it's the Hormigaunt, probably.
Yep. So the Hormigaunt's definitely closest, so your Smite would go into them. So first thing you need to do is try to manifest it.
So that's going to be a 6 or better since he has the
Yeah, 6 or better.
deal. All right. I'll get in there.
You definitely
Right, so
got it.
9.
Yeah, -1 and 8. So now you have 2 denies, Thumper. You want to think about where you want to put those denies, because he's going to have at least 3 more casts. These guys, I think, can only deny him anyway. Oh, no, you could deny this one, too. So it's really which one you want to try to deny. This one's going to be casting, like, a defensive buff. This one's targeting your Hormigauns. Nope.
Flumper.
You there, Flumper? Hello?
Oh shit! Damn it, my mic was muted.
You're good.
So Smite deals one
One.
mortal wound.
It'll be 1 mortal wound for
Okay.
him because it's on the aspiring sorcerer.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not gonna deny it. So no
Okay.
dies.
Now you still have your catalyst save, so you would roll.
Oh, that affects mortal.
It affects any damage they take. So you roll and see
Oh,
if you get a 5 up, he lives anyway though.
Oh wait, I should take it off. Oh, nope. he
No, dead
dies.
anyway. He tried. Squish. A bug has been squished. All right, so now your next unit. So you can either go to your aspiring sorcerer, or you can go to your other sorcerer. They're all sorcerers.
Yep. Let's do the buff first.
Okay. So again, you're within shadow range. So you just need to look up what the cast is for that power.
Okay, Weaver of Fates is on a 6, it seems.
Yep, and yet a fun thing, you don't actually have to declare who you're targeting with that until it
It's
manifests. So you could just say, I'm going to try to cast Weaver and then decide. And it's some psychic mind games to add in there.
Oh wait, this
Yeah.
one has Astral Blast as well?
It does, but Astral Blast requires line of sight. So you probably want to do Astral Blast with your sorcerer who has all the plus to
Okay.
cast.
You got it. So yeah, we'll do Weaver of Fates and wait on the declare. That's 2d6, and did I say it was a 6 to cast? So it's 7 now?
Yes. Okay.
I got it.
Oof.
The good
You
news
want to
is...
deny that?
Well, hold on. The good news is you got it. The bad news is a double 6 is also a perils.
What?
So this might be a weird one where you get it, but you might want to not. Because losing it is D3 mortals on yourself for perils.
Oh jeez.
So you might lose through up to 3 models.
All right, and each model is pretty sacred here. So
Yeah, so this might be a good CP moment. It sucks, but it's
All right, we'll pop it off.
yeah. That way you don't blow up. And you still get the
Alright, I'll
power
take
off.
that.
Yeah, you got it. So it goes off on an 8. So now, do you want to deny this, Flopper?
What is this one?
This is +1 to invuln save, so he can bring a sorcerer to it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I want to deny that. So I roll this. and
So you
then
need over an
do
8.
this. Ooh. Nope.
Nope.
Alright.
Good old 5.
All right. So then, what do you want to put the invuln on? You can put on your rubrics, which will bring him to a 4-up invuln, or you can put it on your character. I think would also go to a 4-up invuln.
I think I'll do it on these rubrics over here.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Are they in 18? They are. You absolutely could do that. All right. Cool. Sounds good.
All right, and then that's one last one for Psychic Phase with the Sorcerer. He gets 2 casts.
He gets
and the
2
first
casts.
one's +3 and the second one's +2.
That's right. So this one you have a few powers that are do damage. You could use the move again, which you probably don't need this turn. You have Infernal Gaze. You could do a Smite, and you have Astral Blast. I would say Astral. Oh, actually, Astral's only a 9-inch range. So let's see. Probably not even in range for an Astral. Not quite.
Oh,
So
damn.
it's just really which one you want to use. So do you want to go for Smite? Do you want to go for Infernal?
So Infernal's just a different way of doing Smite, it seems.
Almost, yeah. Except for you can target what unit you want to do. It just has to be visible. However, because the Hive Tyrant's the only thing visible, your Smite and everything's going to go into him anyway.
Now, if I cast Warp Time, does that interfere with the other psychic stuff I already did?
Nope, you can absolutely warp time now, move that unit if you want to do. They don't have any other casts, but you could move them into a position to potentially shoot.
Okay, and they have movement to get to probably there, which would see that.
You get your full 5-inch move. Plus 6 inches for your sorcerer.
Would you think it's better to get more shooting or just
Oh, that's odds are probably more in favor of mortals doing wids on the Hive Tyrant than the shooting because you're only strength 4. However, you are AP 2, so if you get lucky with the shooting, you could end up actually doing more with the shooting. That's kind of a tricky one.
all right, I want to try to neuter this quick, so we'll try Warp Time second, and we'll do... I have no idea which one's better between Infernal Gaze and Smite.
They're both kind of Hail Marys, so it's really just which one you want to go for. Smite, you can still get a Super Smite. So if you get really, really lucky, the +3 counts. So if you get a 9, then it becomes a Super Smite. It's D6 mortals instead of just D3.
I'll do Smite then.
All right.
It's also a -1 because of warp, right?
Yes, so he's at a +2, basically.
Okay.
So you need a 10. Sorry, you still need a 9 because of the 11 or more for Super Smite.
So it still works, but it's a normal D3.
Yes, because it's just like... actually, it's 10. More than 10, so it would be 11 or more. So yeah. So you're +2, -1. Sorry, +3, -1. So you're at 10.
9.
9. Sorry, can't math. Yes. So you're at 9. He's used his denies. So now it's just your mortal wounds.
So we'll do a D3.
Well, I do have Undeny.
You used both your denies, one for the invuln, and these guys were in range. Oh wait, no, you would have
No,
used.
he used one.
You used the zone throw for this one. You do have one more for the Hive Tyrant. That's right.
Here, you can use these. I know you wanna.
Oh wait, how much was it for the deny?
9,
It
so you need a
was
10.
9.
A 10?
And he
he's
has.
just moving.
And I have a second cast still.
This is the smite, and he has a second cast.
Oh, this is a smite. Okay.
Mhm.
And I'll wait for the second one, I guess.
Okay.
All right. So let's do the D3 mortal wound on the Hive Tyrant.
Yep, he's the closest that you can see. The 2 mortal wounds on the Hive Tyrants. He goes from 11 to 9.
Wait, you mean 12 to 10?
12 to 10, sorry, I thought he was 11.
Roger, you're good.
Not keeping track of unit characteristics. Alright, so then your second cast, so now you just go to it, and you said you wanted to try the warp time shenanigans, right?
Yep, I do.
So +1, which was
Barely going off.
still going off on the 6.
We'll try and deny it.
Yeah, just need a 7. Nope, it still goes off. So
Yeah.
now,
So I have one question. If you
yes,
could you spend a CP on the cast before, like after knowing their role?
no,
Or
you cannot.
before?
You can only do it once you've cast it.
Okay.
That said, Thumper, you still have a reroll if you want to try to use it here.
Yeah, I'll try and use it here.
I realize I haven't been keeping track of this. Oh,
Could
you
be a
guys
1
are
and a
awesome.
4. Watch this.
Oh my gosh.
It's not going to go in the
Come
box, is what's happening. No, it's a 1 and a 3.
Damn it. Oh, well.
So they get to move their full movement characteristic.
Yep. Yep. I did it backwards. Let's grab first and then bring up the ruler.
Mm-hmm. Yep, right about there.
All right.
You can definitely see the Hive Tyrant.
Yep.
The
Just
Hormone
making
is
sure all-
still kind of safe. All right, so then it comes to your shooting phase. Because you've used all your psychic shenanigans.
Yeah. So I'm going to dedicate this whole squad to Blast and him. And I believe... Can I do... If I wipe out the Hive Tyrant first, in, like, the luckiest display,
Yeah,
does
it would
that
be
count for first strike?
It would count for first strike. It will also slay the Warlord. It would be the luckiest display.
I kind of want to try it, but on the flip side, getting numbers out seems good too.
He is also, I think it's any damage he takes. He goes up 1 toughness. Yes.
Oh,
so
is
now
that per turn or?
That is, what is that? Is that per turn? Let's find out. From the end of the first phase, which was monster. No, it's the remainder of the battle. So yeah, he was just T8 now. So you would need 6s with your bolters to do damage. You could fire the plasma pistol at him.
You're saying with the overcharge?
Yeah, but if you fail the overcharge, your aspiring sorcerer blows up. Yeah.
Yeah. So thematically, we would need that other soldier or sorcerer to take over there.
Yeah. I mean, the good news is that you have your aspiring sorcerer, your rerolls from your. Oh wait, no, your sorcerer in armor doesn't have a reroll. Never mind. So you don't reroll ones to hit. So I probably would not overcharge it unless you are super desperate.
Roger that. Then this troop here is gonna start laying into them.
All right, cool. So let's see. You moved, and I don't think they have something like inexorable advance, so you count as moved. So are you within 12 inches? So you don't get rapid fire.
Okay, so that'd be double shots, right?
Double shots. So they're going to be 1 shot each for the Infernal bolt guns, and then your aspiring sorcerer. Can he fire his pistol? He cannot. So you get from these guys just 1 shot each into the horn guns. Mm-hmm. I'll double check that you don't have like an ignore movement penalty thing, but I'm pretty sure that's like a Death Guard thing.
I feel like the Terminators do.
The Terminators, I believe they do, yes. Malicious volleys. So, the fire was within half range. Infantry and every model for the unit remain stationary. He did not remain stationary. Yeah, so your Terminators will, but not those guys. So yeah, you got 3 shots from these dudes into the horn guns.
All right, and how far is the plasma pistol? Is it like only 12?
It's only 12, so you're slightly out of range for them to get to.
Okay, got it. So let's do these guys first to the Hormigons.
Yeah, so you got 3 shots. You're hitting on 3s. Yep, that box does. That's a nice. Yep. There you go. So 2 hits, 2s. And their toughness 3, and you are strength 4. So you're looking for 3s. So 2 wounds. So
that's 2s.
So these are AP 2s, so your base save on Hormigons is a 6-up. So normally you wouldn't be able to save anything. However, because you have Catalyst, you get to try to save things on 5s.
Yep.
So 1 dice.
All right.
Yep.
Alrighty, so that's that shooting. And then you now have the other guys, who pretty much are just looking down the Hive Tower.
All right, perfect. So this guy just still has a rapid fire bolter.
You might be able to get. It looks like you can get 1 guy into this one if you would like.
Oh, wait, I can dedicate just 1 person in a squad shooting it?
Yes, you do not have. It's per model basis for shooting, so you don't have to target all the same weapons at all the same unit.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Do you mind if I get like 5 minutes real quick?
Yeah, you
I
need
just got a
break.
call.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, nothing happens. I'm gonna answer some questions while they're happening. Ares Mafia, you can fast roll saves, but you have to make sure if it depends on the damage. So if it's damage 1 against 1 wound units, you can fast roll those pretty easy. Damage 1 against multi-wound units too, you can fast roll. There's no real problem with that. The only time you can't fast roll a save is if you have different saves in the unit. So let's say you had Death Watch kill team, and one guy had Storm Shields and was a Terminator, everyone else in the unit's a normal Marine. You couldn't fast roll those saves if you decided to take the saves on the Terminator first, because he has a different save than everyone else. So you would have to do his saves equaling to his wound characteristic. So if it's a 1 damage weapon, I think Terminator's a Death Watch of 3 wounds, you would roll 3 dice at a time if he's uninjured, and then once he dies, you're going to fast roll saves for the rest of the unit if they're all the same save.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
So
if it's a 2 damage weapon against a multi-wound unit, or a 3 damage weapon against multi-wound unit, then you have to slow down the saves. And it gets really complicated when you get feel no pains and stuff. But generally, you can fast roll saves.
So I think I'm just going to dedicate all the rolls straight to this guy.
You sure? You're wounding on 6s. That's the only reason I'm saying that. It's...
Okay. Well, I figure he gets adaptive armor. Is it after every time I wound, or?
It's for the... Once you
Shoot
did that wound from the mortal, it's just he has that now for the rest of the battle.
Is it only mortal wounds or just normal shots too?
Any damage he takes. So his toughness just jumps up to 1 now. 1 to 8.
All right. So we will shoot the one Hormigaunt right there, just to show him who's boss as well.
Okay, so you have 1 pistol into the Hormigaunt and 2 bolters in the Hormigaunt. And then you have the rest into the Hive Tyrant.
Sounds good.
Alright, cool. So let's double check. So you're going to be rapid fire range for the Hormigaunt. And pistols, plasma pistols don't have rapid fire. Everything else is just going to be 1 shot into the Hive Tyrant.
Alright, so Hormigaunt's first. I get how many shots?
So you're going to get... 2 shots with a rubric. You're gonna do that first because the plasma pistol is a different profile.
Okay, so let's do that. So
Both hit
35
because you're hitting on 3s.
Mhm.
3's the wound. Okay, rolling pretty well. So and then you have your catalyst saves flumper. Okay, not motivated by those saves apparently. So you lose 2 more Hormigauts, and then you can roll the plasma pistol.
All right.
I think your aspiring sorcerer has a different... No, it's the same profile. So you hit, and then this is strike 7, so you need 2s to wound, but you still failed.
All right. It's okay. He tried.
All right, and then you get 3 shots into the Hive Tyrant.
All right. And did any of these get a second shot, or?
No, you're out of range for rapid fire for everything now.
After that, oh, there's a 6.
Hey, it's 6 is the wound. So you're just hitting still. So you hit twice because you're hitting on 3s. But now you need the 6s. No, you don't get the 6s. You need that double 6 on the Hormigauts for the Hive Tyrant.
It's okay. He would have just got stronger, and I would have to use more psychic on him.
That's true. Well, he doesn't keep increasing his toughness. It's just 1 toughness. So he's only T8. He's not going to be like T15 by the end of the game. He's just T8.
Oh, okay. I thought that's how that worked.
No, that would be wild. That would be so broken.
That's why I'm like, I gotta kill him now, man.
And then because your sorcerer could do the psychic on him, you can still see his arm, so you can sorcerer can shoot too. He's in Terminator armor, so you get to do his double shots. So he actually gets 4 shots because he's rapid fire too.
Heck yeah.
Alright, so he hits on 3s.
3 up.
Yeah. Weirdly. I would assume he hit on 2s. It's weird. 6s again, because you're strength 4. 1!
Hey, we got 1.
Hey, so now you have to make a save on your Hive Tyrant. He is a 3-up base save, -2. I think he has a 4-up invuln, so you probably just want to take it on your 4-up invuln.
Yeah.
And you save it, so it's fine. So he's
Oh,
fine.
I'll just psychic him to death. Okay.
All right.
That'll do it. Yeah.
That's it. I don't think you're in charge range. You are in charge range. You would need
At 11.
an 11.
I think I'm good for some reason.
Yeah, you probably don't want to because
No charge.
he could
Charge.
he could heroically intervene
Into
with his
the
Hive
fray,
Tyrant.
Dust Boys. Actually, I don't think I can because the rubric brains are movement 5. Yeah, is it based on that?
So,
or is it
no.
just the 1 inch for every 2D?
Charges is just 2d6 charge. So as long as you make the 2d6 charge again, you could do it. I don't know if it's a good plan. I probably wouldn't recommend that plan.
That'll be turn, I guess, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Although for the sake of lulz, roll it to see if you would have made it.
You got it. I feel an 11 just right there.
Almost! Alright, so now it's Tyranids' turn.
Okay.
Beginning your turn, so switch us on over to red at the top there. It'll do all the housekeeping for us for the command points and everything.
I'll click it.
Yeah, and you just give right click and it'll pass all the way through.
Ah.
So we're ending your... You don't take morale because you have synapse range, so you guys are just automatically passing. At the beginning of turn, you don't quite have engage. You can score in this turn if you just get these guys down here and keep some dudes over here. You do get 2 points for banners because you had 2 banners placed. You get 10 points because you're holding 2 objectives.
Awesome.
So yeah, so then the rest of it's just down to your movement. Your banners stay there, so you can just leave them if you wanted to, or you can leave those on the objective and go do some other stuff.
Okay. Well, for movement, I'm going to move these guys, the Termagants. I'm going to move them. Oh, wait.
I don't know what happened to measure movement. That's very weird. So,
Ooh.
something I broke.
So that's 6.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a change move. Slowly but surely, just going wherever they want. They got some shots on those
Yep.
dudes there.
Yep. Not all of them can see them, though, right?
No.
So probably about like this guy's the last one that can.
Let's see.
Maybe the one right behind him. So that's like 5 of them.
Yeah, I would say more than you think. But it's only a 12-inch range, so.
I forgot to measure out because you get the little bit of width there. Yeah.
So yeah, so you'd probably still just be 5 because it's 12-inch range. I mean, if you wanted to get some more shooting in there, you could advance them. You're very statistically unlikely to do anything with those because they're only 1 damage at 0 AP, so his saves on his rubric become a 2-up. So.
Oh yeah.
So
But he's only got 1 wound. Okay.
They only have 1 wound though, so if he rolls a lot of 1s, then you could kill him.
Yeah, that would be good. These guys are also 6, so these guys I'll move in the house.
I could try to pull a charge next turn too, if you want to try to get him as close as possible. Thanks, Toffer. We love you. Thanks for coming by.
That movement zone thropes are gonna go. Oh, it needs to be line of sight. Wah!
It does, but don't forget that you ignore the den, so you can just fly wherever you want.
So 5, 2, 3, 4.
Now remember though, if you want to keep engaged, you do need to make sure nothing's within 6 inches of the table quarter, and you have something. I can show you where the table quarters are. Hold on. There you go. So gauge has to be wholly within. So the unit would have to be wholly within this quarter and away from 6 inches from the center. Is that it? So that center line is 6 inches.
So they're in the woods, right? So they benefit from
the -1
light
hit.
cover. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, -1 hit. Sick. So yeah, I'll keep them there.
Sounds like a good place to just keep them forever.
Yeah, they'll probably do everything they need to right there for most of it.
I mean,
realistically speaking, it's at the point where your Hive Tyrant needs to get in there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So you,
I think he's 1 wound away from having a penalty too.
yeah. The risk
Yeah.
is, so there's a few different ways you can think about it. You need something to hold that objective, right?
Right.
So your Hormiguns probably don't want to move.
Right.
Realistically speaking, you probably don't want your Hormiguns to move.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just leave them there, back them up a little bit, put them in the woods, still holding that objective, and then move your Hive Tyrant forward. The only risk is then you don't have anything to guard your Hive Tyrant for when the rubric, the occult beefy boys come in.
Right.
So it's, and then the psychic too, you wouldn't have anything like wounds just to block nearest model. So it's a hard one. The other thing you can do is actually just try to advance these friends and just get them close to the objective, hold it for you, and then move both the Hive Tyrant and the Hormiguns together and go that way, and then just have these guys hold that objective the whole time.
Yeah.
In fact, that's probably your best plan for that unit.
To just charge everything into this objective and then keep
Yep.
them on that one.
Yeah, because the rubric should statistically hopefully die.
Watch out, my 5+ saves are ready.
But getting both might be a bit tough. Just because of that AP1. AP0, 1 damage. But having them there to soak up some mortal wounds, so you can, like, just screen blocking your Hive Tyrant. Because even though you don't get Lookout Sir, because a lot of his powers are closest model, you're still blocking him from taking damage.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm gonna. So I can't advance in, or wait, can I advance in charge of the Hormiguns? Do they have a thingy?
I don't think they.
I don't know. I don't think they do.
That said, it's a pretty short charge range, and you don't have to walk around the building. They can just walk through it. So any infantry can just walk through the building. So they, with their normal
they have
movement,
8 inches. Yeah.
With their normal movement, you should have a very easy charge. Same with your Hive Tyrant. He will have to walk around, but this will be an easy charge.
Yeah.
And then if you can kill like enough of these rubrics without losing too many Hormiguns, which should happen, then you'll take the objective from him. Because Hormiguns have objective secured, which means they have priority of holding objectives over anything else. See 9 inches? Woo. Fast boy. He is 9 inches. What a fast boy. Yeah, you will have no problem making that charge.
Yep. So that's going to be the movement.
Did you want to advance these zone throats to try to get over there?
Hold on.
You would need, if it's 3 inches away from the objective.
I want to see if... Oh, wait, no, theirs is 12, right? Their synapse is 12, not 18.
Yes, theirs is a little bit lower. That said, synapse should only be touching the unit, so you should be fine. As long as it's touching one of the models, you're good. Also, you can spread them out. Oh, don't forget you have nothing on this objective right now.
Oh, wait, can I spread these guys out?
Yes, you can spread them out. I don't know how much. Right? 2 inches, so they actually could be pretty spread out.
Oh, wow.
You could also...
Oh, shit.
To hold that objective with these guys, you only need about, like, a 3. Maybe a 4. You need about a 4 advance.
I'll advance. I'll advance the zone throats.
Yeah, you get a 4, you can have 1 on there, and then you have 2 guys holding that objective.
Okay, yeah, I'll advance them. Why not?
That might be a time for a CP reroll. Because you could use one in your movement and your psychic phase, so that's pretty worth it there. There you go. There you go. Where do I go? So you leave one a little bit more exposed. And remember, you can move individual models. And you don't have to move the full 6 inches. If you only want to move the 4 inches and still keep them safely in the objective, you can.
In the woods.
Yeah.
But they're in the objective now.
Yeah, and then if you want to just spread them out a little bit so you get your synapse range. So if you have like 2 inches here, boop. With 2 inches each, you actually could probably have 1 right there. Yeah, and then 1 guy right here. And as long as you're touching those woods, you still get the dense cover from it. And remember,
that is a little far.
A little bit closer. There you go. Okay. That doesn't seem right. There's something
wrong. Is it base to base or is it middle to middle?
So you're going middle. There's something wrong with that guy that's going middle to middle, so that's not right. So let's turn it off.
Okay.
They're free because, yeah, you should have more. So, yeah, you can put them literally right there and you're good. In fact, if you want this guy further away, you can also have him further away.
Okay, that guy's good. This guy.
He's probably right there.
Yeah, he's fine.
What you probably want is
they
this
only
guy,
need
like,
one.
you need that guy, put that guy right there. This one, and then, yeah, and then put that one, like, that way.
This one?
Yeah. And then you could be all the way up there, yeah.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
there you go. So that would give you perfect synapse range.
Yep, and we're good.
Yep.
Awesome.
Now, if you charge, you might lose it, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's the movement.
Yep. So now
Now it's the movement.
now it's the psychic phase. Blow some stuff.
Yep. Okay.
All right, I believe in you so hard.
Okay.
You're rolling double sixes.
So you didn't advance anything, so these guys could just smite. And it's going to be the same target as usual, because those guys are the closest.
Yep, so I'm definitely going to smite the Rubik Marines, or whatever they are.
Yeah.
That's what they are, right? Yeah, okay.
Rubik.
Is that in the lore that they're dust?
Yes.
Yes, so everyone
That
that's
is
not a psyker
badass.
essentially got dusted up, and the psykers got supercharged. Even though it really doesn't look like it with their smiting being a bit down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it can be a little finicky, the box and dogs.
Oh.
It just doesn't want it.
Okay,
It
I've
just
tried like
doesn't-
10 times.
There you go. There you go.
There we
Perfect.
go.
Goes off
off.
an 8. Do you want to try to deny that? You might as well, because you have the denies for it.
You have 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you should do it.
Sounds pretty good to me.
So you need a 9.
Yes! Feel my pain.
All right.
Boom,
Hey,
got
goes
it,
off.
right? Four's
Yeah.
good?
Do you want to reroll this one, or you want to save it?
I think I'll save it. I'm trying
Okay.
to remember what Weaver Fates does.
Weaver Face is the +1 to invuln that you gave to this squad. It's not going to help you with the Feel No Pain, though. So you'll still lose models on that squad.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, smite is D3 mortal runes.
Yeah.
10. Oh, no, but I got a 9.
Yeah.
Or an 8, yeah. So, just a D3 then.
Another D3 mortals.
Boink.
Another one.
Shit!
One at a time. One at a time.
We're getting rid of them one at a time.
I would take the guy that's closest to his model, so it makes his charge a little bit longer.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get rid of the sorcerer. That'd be a bit sad.
Yeah, and he was like right here. So, there you go.
Thank you.
All right, and then your deck's power. So everything from your Hive Titans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everything from my Hive Tyrant. So, 2 casts.
Catalyst, Psychic Scream, or Smite.
Catalyst, Psychic, Stream, Smite.
Catalyst
Can I
is...
Catalyst on the Hive Tyrant?
You absolutely can Catalyst the Hive Tyrant.
Although, wait, but the Hive Tyrant has like 4 of Invul, which is better, so I'm not going to do that.
It is, but once he starts popping those mortal wounds out, it's not going to help with the Invul.
Right.
And
So it wouldn't even matter with Catalyst.
So,
oh, no, because that's ignoring damage.
Yes.
not-
and what's
okay.
nice about Catalyst is with the Invul, you can make your saves and then do Catalyst. So you can make saves and then Catalyst because that's when you take the damage. So in general, Catalyst on your units that have Invulns and bigger saves is generally better to put on because you can keep it alive longer.
Right.
So-
So I guess I will Catalyst the Hive Tyrant.
Sure. And again, same thing. You don't even have to declare what you're castling until you get the power off.
Right.
All right.
Oh.
One day we'll go.
Come on.
The box is just not happy today. There you go. So
Okay.
go summon the 7.
Awesome.
Are you going to try to deny Catalyst?
Oh, of course. I basically got a deny for all these.
That's true.
Yeah, you do.
So you
Not
need
very nice, but you do.
an 8. You got an 8.
There.
It's denied.
Damn it.
Alright, so now you got Psychic Stream or you got Spike.
I'm going to Psychic Scream his Sorcerer.
Sure.
The Terminator one or the...
I
I-
can't get the Terminator.
Yeah, everything would be closest unit. So otherwise,
Oh,
going to
gotcha.
point to this guys. Yep.
So that's going to be
5, I think
off
it
on a
is.
5.
Yep.
Yeah. 5.
You got an
And it
8.
goes off.
So now you need a 9.
No, that's a 9, right?
You need a 9 to deny. He got it. Oh, yeah, he got a 9. You need a 10. I'm sorry, I can't math today. So what happens when you do these things in a row?
Let's go.
Alright.
Do you want to
There you go.
risk your reroll here?
Um,
It's the last power. You're not really spending CP on anything else.
let's do it.
You do need a 10.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like a free reroll right here.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. No, definitely not.
Yeah.
The rerolls have not helped much in this game whatsoever.
3, 2,
2 more dudes. 2 dudes are dead.
2 die. 2 dead.
So you want to keep
Man,
the
you
guys
just-
who are closer to the objective alive, so kill the guys on the left.
So this one
Yeah, and the other one.
and this one.
Yeah. Alright, so now you have your shooting phase.
Wait, but if I do a psyker, then I roll 2d6, and then he can't use.
Oh, yeah. You can't use one of his powers, yes.
But I have to roll above 8.
You're gonna make me
Yes.
forget a power?
He can make you
Yeah.
forget a
Live.
power. No, he does not forget a power. Alright. So now it's your shooting phase, of which you just got these little boys here and your Tyranid warriors into these Rubric Marines.
Which I will do. So I have 5 shots with the flesh borers that are in range and can see them.
Yes. So
Well, 5 can see, but
well, the
let's
way
see
he
how
took
many.
his models away actually
Yeah, made it
reduced
so.
it. So you got 1, 2, 3, and yeah, it looks like 3.
3.
So you got 3.
Damn.
They're going to be at a -1 hit because he's touching the dense cover.
In the woods.
Yeah. So
But don't I get like? Oh no! Wait, hold on.
it's literally 1 shot each. So you literally get 3 shots hitting
Yep.
on us.
3 shots. Sick.
Oh.
All right, 3 shots.
So put Catalyst. Oh, Catalyst is knocked off. That's right.
Well, 3 shots. Do I hit? Wait,
You still hit
I
twice.
got 2 5s.
Yeah, you
Hey!
hit twice.
Wait.
Uh,
oh,
your
no, I got a 2.
strength 4, I think, on those. So you need 4 to wound because they're toughness 4. All right, so you get 1 wound.
let's see.
It's only 1 damage, so this
No.
is when one of your modifiers kicks in for your Rubric Marines, so they go to a 2-up save, basically.
Yep.
1.
Don't worry, I got
1.
you with the 1.
Oh, my bad. I thought you were okay.
You're good.
Give me with the 1.
These are good. But now you got all your warriors, all of them are in range. They are going to be on minus the hit, so you're hitting on 5s with warriors, but they are 3 shots each. So you've got
Okay,
9 shots with the warriors.
right. I'm gonna just 9 shots with the warriors and take 1 out.
Thank you, Dash. I will fix the volume.
Hitting on 5s. So
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Well, good roll.
Oh.
That's a really good roll.
So
so-
on
uh,
5s or on
yeah,
4s?
So if you right-click that red, you're hitting on 5s because he's in that dense. If you right-click that red, right-click that, it'll delete all the dice previously. And then if you select all
Sick.
dice, it'll just pick them up for you.
Mm.
All right, so pretty good because you needed 4 wounds. So you've wounded 3 times. Again, they're only damaged 1 and no AP, so you go up to your 2 saves, but you need 3 2-up saves to make higher.
All right.
A 1!
By chance, can I reroll the 1?
You could re-roll the 1 if you wanted to.
Ah! You're ruining it. Good one.
I'm probably. Do I need the?
You should
I'm getting a
reroll the
reroll
6.
next turn, right?
How much CP do you have left?
I only have the
1.
1. It's probably good to clutch it. I think.
Yeah, losing 1 rubric, it hurts, but you're probably better off saving one of the invuln saves as your sorcerer.
Yeah.
If you could get his Hive Tyrant to the sorcerer. He might
Yep.
not be able to because of movement blocking.
Yep.
However, it is a 3 damage claw. And that's pretty
And I
scary.
get
Yeah,
5
you're.
attacks.
Yeah.
We have a point over here. Okay, let's. Do I lose this rubric or this one?
I would probably lose the back one at this point just to get more in the objective.
Okay.
You do have to survive the warriors, which might be a bit rough, but we'll see. All right. So then it goes to the charge phase, which we've not had yet. So
We have not.
charge time.
Shoot, charge. I
We're
will
really
declare...
into thinking hard, you know.
Yeah,
So
I know.
wait, can the warriors go through the window?
They could, yes, because they are still infantry.
Awesome. And can they even make that? Oh yeah, they can.
Oh yeah, definitely. All you need is, because that guy's not, like, his model slightly ahead of that dense cover there, you would not need to go through it. So you just need about a 7. Oh no, there's a front guy there. Hold on. You need less than that. Way less than that. You
6.
need it's within an inch, so you need 5.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll declare a charge on the warriors to the sorcerer. These guys. And then I'll declare a charge.
Do those
from
first,
the,
in case he wants to Overwatch.
from these.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I don't think he's gonna want to spend his 1 CP to Overwatch, but you never know. He could.
6. And I need a 5.
Overwatch just when they come charging at you that
I
you're allowed to
get it.
shoot at them on
Yes.
6s.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I have enough models for that.
No, probably not worth it.
And they move 6. Is that what I
They move 7.
Oh,
So
6 and 1, so they move 7.
that said,
Oy, oy, oy.
you got all your guys in range anyway, so you wouldn't really need to adjust anything.
Awesome.
The back guys only need to be within a half an inch of a model that's within an inch, so all your guys can get their attacks.
So they're good.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I will. Hormagaunts will charge into the Rubric Marines
So you can charge both.
and the Swords.
If you charge both, you just have to make sure you make the charge to both.
Right.
The one thing you have to think about is it's going to be because of these guys. If you wanted to charge your Hive Tyrant into him, he really can't because you can't fit between these bases.
Right.
You could try to charge these guys first and get like all the way over here, and then try to charge the Hive Tyrant in. But then,
But I would have to charge the Sorcerer and Terminator.
yes, you would only charge Sorcerer Terminator. The risks you're making by doing that is essentially splitting it. You're probably not going to kill or do much with the Hormagaunts at all to the Sorcerer, and splitting attacks is always a massive risk. Because you really want to make sure you kill those rubrics. So it may just be worth it to put everything into the rubrics instead of trying to go for the double kill.
That's I'll both are gonna charge into the rubrics.
You can still charge both of the Hormagaunts.
Hormagaunts.
There's no downside to doing so, because with the way he can heroically intervene, which means he can like move his character into your guys if they're within 3 inches. So it's pretty hard for you to charge and not be within 3 inches if you want to get all your attacks in. So it's probably worth charging the Terminator anyway because it's about the same distance.
So and on the off chance I can hurt him, that would be cool.
Then he gets a few attacks in. You could always activate the Hive Tyrant first, try to kill off the rubrics, and then activate the Hormagaunts, get all the attacks on the Sorcerer. Hope you get lucky.
So I have an AP -3 and it deals 3 damage, right?
Yes.
Or no, wait.
It does 3 damage, so he doesn't get +1 to a save with the Hive Tyrant. He does have an invulnerable save, though. So if he gets really lucky, then
he can get that.
Yeah, he could save them.
But would one attack kill all 3 because it does 3 damage, or is it just 1?
Damage doesn't spill over for normal attacks, so it would just do 3 damage per rubric, which is also why you don't want to split your attacks, because, again, if he gets lucky, or you just roll terribly, because that could happen too, then you run those risks.
Yeah. So I'll send my Hormagaunts into the Sorcerer and my Hive Tyrant into the Rubric Marines.
Okay, cool. So roll the Hive Tyrant first. You really can't fail, so you just kind of see what distance you get.
Boop.
Yeah, 7. You just move in.
Boop. Boom.
And then you charge your Hormagaunts. They need at least a 3.
Need a 3?
Yeah, 6 will do it. So now you just want to make sure you have more models in range of the objective.
That's good, right?
Yeah, as long as one of these guys is touching within an inch of the rubrics, because you charge them too.
Well, I charged them too?
Oh, did you only charge the Terminator?
I never said I charged the...
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah, I was charging them. Right, never mind.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the nice thing about charging is only one model needs to end its movement in range of everything you charged. So you can actually kind of spread things out if you wanted to. However, I wouldn't do that just because you want them kind of grouped up to get all their attacks in. And then you want more models on the objective. All right, so that's all you're charging. It takes 2 CP to interrupt, so he doesn't have the CP to do an interrupt, so all your guys would attack first because you charged. It really
Awesome.
so I would probably
Fight
start
phase.
with the Hive Tyrant, see how he does, and then
Yeah.
you can make decisions with the Hormagaunts based on that.
Yep. So Hive Tyrant, 5 attacks, 1 with his tail. I don't know why I selected that one.
Yeah, his tail's weird.
Let's see if we can see what is Jesus.
So
Each time there one D3 wounds AP. Okay. Okay, so
so
should we roll 4 scything talons and 1 tail?
So you roll 5 Scything Talons because you get +1 to attack because you got 2. So you have 5 attacks.
Oh wait,
talons.
Do I get 4 and 1?
Yeah, 4 + 1 because of his special, and then you have 1 more extra attack with the tail.
Oh, sick. Okay, so I have 6 attacks in total.
Basically, yes. So you're gonna do 5 attacks with your weird
with
bone claw thingies. Right,
Oof.
and he has reroll once to hit, and he hits on 2s.
Okay, so don't roll a 1. Okay,
There you go.
I'll hit.
And now your strength is 6. He is toughness 4, so you need 3s.
3s to wound.
Yeah,
2 wound.
That's why you don't split your attacks. So these are AP3 though. So your rubrics have a 5-up invuln, so you're looking for 5s to save your rubrics.
Okay.
So
only 2 go through, right?
Only 2 so far. Yep. You still have your tail thingy.
All right, easy peasy.
They're both dead.
That's not it.
So
the sorcerer lived.
The sorcerer's still alive, unless the tail kills him.
That is true.
No, don't say that. Come on.
He hits with the tail.
Does it wound with the tail?
Let's see the tail. What
it doesn't.
No, it would not. You could choose to reroll it, but it's AP 0, so it's probably not going to kill him anyway.
Yeah, I'll leave him there, I guess.
Yeah. So that's why you wanted to charge both, because now your Hormagaunts, you can get some attacks into the sorcerer, and you can. Oh wait, hold on. Your Gorgot, you reroll once to wound.
Oh, sick.
We forgot about.
Wait,
that.
hold on. Then I would have
ones to
rerolled
hit.
2 on the talons, right? Because I got 2 1s, 1 2, and 2 3s.
Yes, we can actually look at previous dice rolls, so there's a button for that.
Oh, sick.
So if I go back up and I say, oh no, last 5 rolls. So let's see. So if you look at chat, it shows all the dice rolls now. And let's see, you had 2 1s, so you need to roll 2 1s for your Siphoning Talons.
I thought that was the hit because that was
No, that was wound.
Hold on.
A lot.
I might be wrong. Gorgon might be hit.
I hit a lot, but wound.
But you rerolled to hit, is what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Gorgon is... Wound rolls a 1.
Rerolled a hit.
You rerolled a hit, but wound rolls are different rolls, so you can reroll the wound rolls a 1. So you rolled 2 1s for your wounds. So reroll 2 dice.
Got it.
So the 2 still fail, so you have 1 more save to make on a 5.
Okay.
Let's go.
That would kill the sorcerer. So now you
can
put...
Hormagaunts fight the Terminator,
yeah.
Right?
So you, in a fight phase, when you activate unit, they can do a pile-in move, so they can move 3 inches closer to the sorcerer.
The good old mob 'em boys.
Which won't be a ton. 3 inches. Oh my gosh. 3 inches.
Yeah, remember you just have to be within a half an inch, so you can easily get all those guys in there. It's just to get the more attacks in. Again, probably not killing him because of that 2-up save, but you know.
But probably.
It's worth a shot. So, or you might do a wound.
Can all of them hit him now? Or...
Yeah, all of them can hit him now. There are 2 attacks each with their Scything Talons.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 attacks.
12 attacks. You're hitting on 4s. But you're re-rolling hit one. Oh, wait, no, sorry. You're 3 attacks each because you make an additional attack with your Scything Talons. So you're actually looking at 3 times 6, 18.
18 attacks.
18 attacks. And then you're re-rolling once a hit, but you're hitting on 4s.
Wait. 10, 15. Yeah. Plus 1. Awesome. Yoink. And I'm rerolling ones to hit and wound?
You're rolling ones to hit and wound, yes.
Oof. And reroll
Pretty,
one.
a lot of 6s.
And I rolled a 1 again!
Alright, well, 1 is 1.
Sixes.
So get rid of the 3s, the 2s, and the 1.
Boop.
And then you are strength 3, so you need 5s and 6s because he's toughness 4.
Please roll that many 6s.
Still,
Hey!
Oh my
still
goodness.
a very good roll. However,
Awesome.
you are saving these on 2s.
Yeah, but luckily, that's better than damage.
Yes.
More likely damage
Right.
will go through.
Not
Oh,
a,
you're kidding!
Oh, there we are.
not,
kidding!
not a single wound on that friend. He's like, no, I don't care.
Holy shit! Not
Dude,
even
you just
one.
melted off
Not
all
even
his
one.
psychic paint.
He's just like, whatever. I'm good. I'm happy
You
now.
better kill the Hive Titan because he's coming for you next.
So you get to do your warriors next. They are
Right.
also have scything talons, so they are looking at 4 attacks each. So you got 12 attacks with them.
Okay. Awesome. How many dice do we have here? 10. So I only need 2 more.
Mm-hmm. And
Ooh.
same thing, you're rerolling once to wound and once to
What
hit.
the hell?
Okay.
Okay.
One's to hit because of the scything talons himself.
Right.
And you're hitting on
Cool.
3s this time, though. So reroll those once.
Give me some 2s.
What?
Yeah, sometimes it dies.
Okay, I selected both of them, but it didn't.
Yeah, it's a
pick
little
them
weird
up.
sometimes.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay, so
so that kind of helps a
2
little bit.
on 3s, right?
So get rid of the 2s, so they're not on the board anymore. And then you are strength 4, so now you need 4s. But you're
4s.
rerolling 1s. Pretty good roll.
Rolling ones.
Alright,
Hey.
so
So that's 7.
7 wounds. This one we do have to do one at a time because all is dust, which is a bit weird. I think
And they have the magic armor, right?
you have your invuln save, but
Yeah, the weave. Oh, it isn't even better, is it?
it wouldn't matter at this point because you're at a 4-up and your 2-up save is still flat better. So
You're right.
your all is dust save is only gonna affect the rubric, who is dust. So you need to roll basically saves until
One at a time till he's dead.
until he's dead, and then you have to make a 3-up save on your sorcerer.
Okay, I'm just gonna move this to the side and we'll.
So
do
he's
that.
got a
Yep.
2-up on his rubric, or what?
Yeah, his rubric has a 2-up against 1 damage weapons. So that's the
Ah.
first one. Next,
Roll 1.
he's good.
Upsetty spaghetti.
It's
Next
okay.
one.
There's a lot to go.
Hey!
Now, you have 4 left. You could reroll
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I'm thinking to reroll it just so I have more chances to keep that sorcerer alive
That's what I was
because
thinking.
that's magic. Yeah, we'll pop it.
Alright, so you try to reroll the 1.
Yep.
Hopefully this goes better than the previous reroll. So, okay, he's still alive. Yep.
Right.
4 left. He's alive.
Oh, come on. Roll 1.
Nope.
Or miss.
He's still alive.
Go, boy, go. Put it in the box, please.
He's alive.
He's going.
Just
Oh.
1.
Can we
All I
kill the
need-
rubric? Can
all
we
I need
kill
is
a
1.
rubric? No, the rubric
Damn
lives.
Son of a bitch. Holy shit.
What?
Dude, you just pierced a tin can in 8 different spots and expected it to die. You plugged all its holes.
Alright. Yeah, he's just
Think
like
about
I'm not even in here. I'm just I'm
Yeah,
being
you
mind
pierced
controlled.
the headdress everywhere.
And all the dust is at the shoes.
Yeah.
Alright, so you get your attacks back, so you can do your sorcerer now. So you have Hateful Assault, which means you get +1 attack when you're charged.
All right.
So your sorcerer has 4 attacks. He hits on 3s, with no rerolls. And you're wounding on... You are strength 7, so you're wounding on 2s.
What? Okay.
Well, yeah, that 4 staff, man.
Yeah, that 4 thing.
Gotta watch out.
Of course.
And you said it was 4
Of
of them?
course, my murderous
attacks.
bugs.
Okay, so I'm
You have
deleting
a
this
staff.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I mean, like, it's powerful.
3 hits,
Alright.
4 hits, and then you need 2s to wound because they are toughness 3, you are strength 7. Alright, so
Hey,
one doesn't
3
wound, so 3 wound. It is -1, so you would just lose 3 little Termagant boys.
Oh,
Oh, wait. They
Oh.
all die?
so I lose one.
No, that was on these guys over here. That was on the
okay.
sorcerer. Yeah, that was
Oof,
on this
okay.
side. So that it
So I lose
kills.
one guy.
You lose 3 because he's winning on 2s, and it's up for your
Mhm.
Hormigons over here. That was the Sorcerer and Terminator armor.
Oh, that was the Sorcerer and Terminator armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry. I was also
Oh.
like so confused.
Now
So
you
there's
have
3 of them.
yeah.
I think it's the same staff
Okay.
though.
It is the same staff. However,
Yeah.
you have less attacks with the Spiring Sorcerer. So you have to
It's
do these
just
different.
one.
Your Rubric Marine has 2 punches because he also has Hateful Assault. So you punch him
Mhm.
twice in the face. You hit on 3s with your
Oh.
punches.
Okay, so we'll get 2 and hitting on 3s.
Yeah, so fit. You have some blessed dice. The chat is correct.
Yep.
They're toughness 4, so you're winning on 4. So there's 1 wound. You are saving on a 4.
Oh yeah, I forgot I got a save.
Yeah, no AP.
4 up.
So 1 warrior takes the
Flat.
damage. You can choose who takes the damage. And then you have 3 attacks with your staff because of Hateful Assault.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get these 3. They
Yep.
feel lucky.
And again, 3s
Don't
to
be
hit.
lucky.
Okay,
Let's go!
Let's lucky
Okay.
that. They are toughness 4 this time, so you need 3 wound. Okay,
All
so
right.
that time they were less motivated.
Well, I mean, he was getting really busy.
Yes.
Sab, and he's like, "Stay alive, bud."
All right. So that's your turn. What you've done that's really important though, and the big deal is that you've denied his
Objective control.
objective control, which means he's not going to score any primaries this turn, which is a big deal. You have warriors are obsec, and then your.
So you were saying something earlier about like these guys were taking over objective.
Yeah, so they have obsec, which means that they have objective control. Usually, for almost every army, your troop units have obsec. There's a few armies where the whole army has obsec. Custodes is the one that I can think of off the top of my head. So basically, that just means no matter how many models are in the unit, if the other models don't have objective secured, then you control the objective. So if you could literally have 1 Hormigaunt left, he would still control the objective because it has objective secured.
And where's that on it? Because I don't see it in the abilities.
So that would be in kind of like the rulebook.
Okay.
That is going to be, what is it called in this one?
Is it a codex?
Yes. Hold on. That is called. Is it Extensions of the Hive Mind? That's Extensions of the Hive Mind. If your army is Battleforged, all troop units and Tyranids detachments gain disability. So both Tyranid warriors and Hormigons are troops. Now, your Rubrics are troops, but because he has more models now, he controls the objective. So
Okay.
if he had managed to kill that warrior with the staff, that actually would have helped you a lot.
So wait, right now I'm holding all 4, right?
Yeah, so right now you have all 4 objectives, which has put you in a really strong position. However, this is the part that now you need to be worried about.
Yeah.
This
because
turn,
now the Terminators come in.
yes, Terminators come in, and you've only killed 1 unit. So he just needs to kill 2 units, and he can score 1 of his secondaries, which should be doable.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, this is where I'm going to be lost. There's a bunch of places to go.
Wait, is there
and I'm not
morale?
sure.
So there's no rubrics, actually. You've only lost...
Well, there's 1 rubric.
Plus 1 rubric over here.
You lost 2 total for the round because you started at 4 for this turn and you only have 2 left. However, your leadership is 8, so you can't fail. You have to roll over your leadership, and there's nothing over here. US and EPs, so you don't take leadership on your Hormigons. So yeah, that's the turn basically. So now it goes over to his turn. So you just pass turn to blue.
Yep.
And you get a command point back, which will help. So movement phase, you really don't want to fall back because if you fall back, you can't psychic. So you're probably just going to keep everything in combat. It's really just where you want to put your occult terminators.
Yep, and they get a 9-inch radius from people, and
yes. So there's a few ways you can do about it. You know that this is like your big score.
my pinata.
That's where a lot of your points are going to be. If you can kill him, clear off this objective, you kind of save yourself a little bit. Your rubrics are a little bit out of position if you do that. But you can work with that a little bit because they're so tanky.
So just keep striking back in like this area, maybe.
Yeah. The other thing to think about those, if you don't care if this sorcerer can't cast, then you could back him up. So you could drop down your rubrics like around here. They could shoot at the warriors and the Hive Tyrant trying to make a charge. The charge is going to be hard because he's screened out pretty well. So I honestly not sure a charge is possible on the Hive Tyrant to charge. So it might be you need to just try to shoot him to death. However, with the T8, you're better off trying to kill the warriors here. And then kind of Psychic-ing over here, and then hoping King that you can kind of smack him down with the Terminator and the Cult
Do I
Armor.
have to be touching right here to Psychic over?
Depends on the power. So you have some room here that you could pretty much put them here, and you kind of can like chain them a little bit if you wanted to. So let's do our bubbles. This is where that bubble comes in handy. So the edge of that one, 9 inches, and 9 inches. The other thing you think about is you could just try to backline, try to go for a backline charge, remove things off here, take his banner down. The only problem is then you're kind of giving up everything over here, which probably isn't worth it.
Yeah.
So, realistically, you probably want to put them like around here, maybe.
Yeah, so it'd have to be in like this area because I can't tell like where this line ends over here.
Yeah.
Just picking it up, fix that.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like hanging. So the problem is the objective marker. So let's if we could just do it the old-fashioned way. Take this. Go 9 inches. It's about there. Get my marker tool, and it'd be something like that. That's kind of what you're looking at.
Okay.
So yeah, so you could try to like squeeze them in a little bit here. You can try to actually it might be a little bit too close. Yeah, it's a little bit further. Did the angle wrong? It's more like that. So yeah, your best bet is you can either start them in the terrain, which isn't great because you have that minus the charge. And hope you get lucky, I guess, with like an 11-inch charge. Or think about the back line. Or you could literally just say, we're just going to try to remove everything over here. I think this is your... Unfortunately, I think this is your best location, because that way you're touching dense and you're not going to be suffering the penalty for it. It would suck to have only like the 2-inch move.
Yeah. So let's go with that idea.
But then at least you have some multiple targets. I mean, your guys are really good in combat, so not being able to get them in combat would kind of suck. It's a tough one because he's really screened you out. If you had killed those Hormiguns, that would have helped.
He tried, man. He tried.
He did. So yeah, at least with this way, you might have a 2-inch move next turn. But you can start kind of moving them to where you need them to be.
Oh, excuse me.
You're fine. So that, before you even do that, you have to decide if you want to keep these guys there or try to shoot them down.
What's up? Oh,
because it's shooting phase and then it's going to charge, right?
You'll have Psychic phase first, then shooting, then charge. So if you fail,
let's see how Psychic goes first.
Well, you have to do the move first. So if you want to follow back, you have to decide now. If they stay there, then you can't shoot at them because they're in combat. And there's no way you're going to remove enough of his models to start shooting at them.
All right, then let's just go for the Warlord then.
And remember, he's still toughness. He's still at T8, so your chances of killing him with shooting is pretty low.
Got it.
So what you realistically, even though you lose the cast here, it's only one mortal wound. It's probably better to fall them back and just annihilate them off the objective, so you have that objective again. Try to psych it off the Hormiguns. And then you're probably unlikely to get to the Hive Tyrant or kill the Hive Tyrant, but hopefully you can neuter it enough that it's not a big problem.
All right. Sounds good.
So the only thing
Do I just move these Terminators up to like here or something?
so if you want to fall these guys back, you just declare and move them backwards. So these two guys here. So and they really don't need to move backwards far. They just have to be outside an inch. They can't do anything else that turn, but they're holding the objective for you, and that's all you need them to do.
Yep. So 1 inch.
Oh. And you could even actually move them towards that way, which gets them a little bit more on the line the side of the zone throws, because that's the other problem too, is their psychic output might
even getting shot more is worth it.
Getting shot more is less likely to kill you because of the damage one. But at the same time, having them there blocks your Terminators from psychic shenanigans too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's a bit tricky figuring out what you want to do here. So they can fall back. Your guys don't come in until the end of turn, end of movement. So if you need to move them around, figure out where you want them exactly, you can do that. For this guy to be able to see him, if you want him to shoot at him, he needs to be back here. However, since I think you should probably put everything into the warriors anyway, they're probably fine as is.
Roger that.
And then you can't put them north of the Tyrant because he's got zone throws blocking the back line here. Yeah, and then hopefully in the psychic phase you get rid of the Hormagaunts, and then you can put some wounds on the Hive Tyrant. Once you get this guy out of combat through psychic, he can still charge and shoot and stuff.
Okay.
So if you can get him out of combat with the psychic phase, then you can do some hurt on the Hive Tyrant. And just hope he doesn't hurt you back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be your turn. These guys
Let's pop them.
Just aren't doing anything. So now you have your Terminators. You're going into the psychic phase now. So you're just going to switch on over to the psychic phase.
Yep.
And now you just have to decide where you want to start. Your sorcerer. What did he have? He had something.
He has like malicious. No, that's the wrong thing.
Doom Bolt. So you probably don't want to try Doom Bolt because you need a 10 to get Doom Bolt off.
But the Astral Blast could be worth it.
You could do Astral Blast. The only problem with Astral Blast is it would hit you.
Would hit my guy once, and that's it's a D3 for each one, or is it?
It's just one mortal wound. So it could be worth it. You just your sorcerer will take one mortal wound while you try to do that.
I didn't want to
that sounds right.
Today, you know that?
I think that actually probably is. It sounds bad, but it's probably worth it just to clear so I can charge in.
You could probably try the sorcerer first, see how Smite goes, see how his psychic phase goes, and then if there's still stuff left, then you have them.
Okay. Sounds good. So let's roll a Smite. So that's going to be 5, and then plus is 2.
Yeah, so plus 2.
Gonna be, yep. 2d6.
Time Fleet Gorgon for the Tyranids. Alright, so
goes off on 8?
Yeah, it goes off on an 8. So you need a 9 to deny Thumper if you want to try to deny the Smite.
I need a 9?
Yes, because you get plus 2 to cast. So -1 plus. Sorry, you need an 8 to deny.
No, it's plus 3 on the first one.
Yes, but he has
a -1.
It'd
so
be minus
2 after that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes. What? Yes, it is 8. Sorry, you're right. There's 8. So you need a 9 to deny the Smite.
And he is smiting my Hormagaunts, right?
Yep, those are the closest model.
I only get. I'm not gonna deny it.
Okay. So
right.
D3
so
mortal
D3.
wounds.
5 or 6. Oh, 2.
It's 2. So 2 Hormagaunts are dead. All right. So you still have Infernal Gaze or Warp Time. So what you can do, this is actually a thing.
Infernal Gaze the Hormagaunt.
Oh wait, you can't Warp Time out of combat anymore. You could Infernal Gaze or Hormagaunt. That's totally something you do. And go for that.
Yeah. Secondary Smite, let's go.
All
right,
so
what's that popping off on?
needs a 5 again, so this is at +2, so +1. So it definitely goes
So
off.
9.
Yeah, so it goes off on a 9.
Unless
So-
you want to roll it.
You need a 10 to deny this.
Sure. I guess. Big money. Nope.
Nope. So
Alright.
you roll 3 dice, and on any 4s, it kills the Hormagaunts. You need 1 4.
All right.
You're looking for a single 4.
I'm feeling
Yeah,
this
no
goes
force.
haywire right here. Exactly. Didn't go in the box.
You got
Oh,
a
there it is.
single
You got
four that kills that last one we got. All right, awesome. So now you have one more psychic with the sorcerer. So if you want to do
Doom
your
Bolt,
Doom
probably
Bolt
a
now,
Tyranid warrior.
Doom Bolt will be hard because you'll need a 10, but you could try to Doom Bolt the Tyranid warriors, or you could try to Doom Bolt the Tyrant.
Let's see.
It's probably worth it to try and Doom Bolt the Tyrant. However, you do need a 10.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, having that movement probably isn't bad. Actually, would Smite be fine here? Because I'm just going to get charged into anyway.
Smite's probably not a bad idea either. Just would go into the warriors.
Oh, because they're closer, yeah.
Which also may not be bad because that could guarantee their kill if you.
Yeah,
have...
let's Doom Bolt. Or sorry, Smite the warrior.
All right.
And does it make it a 6 now? Because it's
It is a 6 now.
Yeah.
And I will attempt to deny that.
Mm-hmm. It's a super spike.
Oh.
Yeah, you got this. Double 6s, I believe.
Oh wait, it may not be a super spike. Hold on.
It's a 10 right now because it went down.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Which
it has
is
to
super
be
smite.
has to be more than 10.
Aw, boo.
So
Aw.
it does
That
do
was my
one
moment of glory.
It does do 1 mortal wound on the Tyranid warriors though. So one guy's
Wait. No, that's a normal smite. That's not the bad smite.
Sorcerers have occult source. Any unit sorcerer has like the weaker smite.
I thought it was Terminators didn't have that problem.
Let me check. No, it does. Manifest the smite psychic power. He inflicts 1 mortal wound instead of D3, and D3 mortal wound instead of D6. So yeah, it's only 1 mortal wound for him.
Oh.
So
Damn, I probably would have gone with the Doom Blast.
Doom Bolt, yeah, Doom Bolt would have been slightly better, unfortunately. But that's
it
okay.
would have actually went off, you know?
Yeah, you have
Crazy.
a lot of shooting from that unit, so
Yep.
there's a lot of potential there. So now you go to your shooting phase. So what you probably want to do is actually put all those Terminators into the warriors.
Okay.
Because if you can remove those warriors off the objective, you get that objective back. The Hive Titans a problem.
We'll get to
To
him next
say
turn,
the
though. It's fine.
least.
But you might be okay. If
I should have moved this guy in more. Okay.
Yeah. You're Terminators, so you automatically get the 2 shots anyway. So
it didn't even matter in 24.
Yeah, as long as it's 24, because you're Terminators, you get your double shots. So they're going to be 4 shots each.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then
4 shots each?
And then you do have the Soul... Yeah, they're scary. Then you do have the Soul Reaper Cannon as well. So you do suffer a penalty to hit with the Soul Reaper Cannon because Terminators, as far as I can tell, in your decks, don't ignore the heavy penalty yet.
What?
Yeah, it's silly.
That's a weird one.
So, you're in the shooting. Your Sorcerer can shoot the Hive Tyrant now if he wants to. You can try to throw a grenade at him, I think. Oh, do they not have grenades? They may not have grenades.
No, we're too poor for that, you know?
Yeah.
We're just like, we have books.
So, you got 4 shots, though, if you're Inferno thingy into the Hive Tyrant.
All right, let's do that one first, because it sounds fun.
Yeah, you still need 3s and 6s, but, you know, you might get lucky.
Yep.
All right,
so
2 hits.
2.
And then 6s. No, not too lucky that time.
Okay.
And then you got a ton of shots into those warriors.
Yeah.
So for the normal dudes, you're looking at 4, 8, 12, 16 shots with the occult.
Oh.
And they have 12 wounds, so yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So, and then
you said I had how many shots?
You've got 4, 8, 12, 16 shots with the Inferno. And then you also have the Soul Reaper will do after those shots. Because it's slightly stronger in strength.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Yep. Oh. You're in that dense, your unit's touching that dense, so you're not suffering the -1 penalty either. So you're looking for 3s. Right, no,
that's pretty average.
Pretty average. And then these are strength 4 against toughness 4, so you're looking for 4s.
So delete the 2 and 0?
Yep.
So 5 wounds?
5 wounds. These are at AP2. So you are looking for 6s on your warriors.
Yeah. Yes.
And you can roll these at once because they're 1 damage.
Just roll them once.
Yeah, I'll roll them all at the same time because it's just 1 damage. So
Yeah,
you saved
one-
one, so you lose 2 warriors basically.
Wait, yeah.
Because one was at 1 wound and one takes 3 more damage. So these got 1 left.
Yep.
So now you have your Soul Reaper cannon, which you've got 4 shots with.
All right. And what am I trying to hit with that on?
You need to hit on a 4 of these.
Okay.
So
All right, we're doing pretty good.
Oh,
And then you need 3 is the wound. And if you manage the wound,
bad.
you...
Oh my goodness.
That does it, because that's AP3, so it just kills him.
Reaped a soul over here.
It did it! The first time I see the Soul Reaper cannon do something, it makes me so happy! It never does anything! Alright, so that puts you into your charge phase. These guys fell back.
Yep.
With the -2, I don't think... Yeah, you can't make the charge.
It doesn't hurt to try. It has to be within an inch, right?
Yeah,
So on a 12, it works.
A double 6, you would make it, yes. And that would massively change the game. And you could charge your sorcerer in now if you want to try it.
How stupid is charging the sorcerer in?
Honestly, he kills you in his turn anyway.
So I might as well get someone.
So you can make, like, it's worth the shot. And if you can bracket him, it's less likely he kills you. So
Okay.
it's worth the attempt at the very least.
All right, let's try the long shot first. We'll go for the Scarab Soul.
I would actually do the short range one.
Okay.
Because
You got it.
if you happen to fail that, that's where your reroll needs to go. You shouldn't fail it, but if it happens, you need a reroll.
Okay. So throw that at it.
Oh, yeah.
it
As long as it's in an inch. So, yes.
It couldn't have failed. It's
You're
just
good.
right here.
You're good. You're good. Yeah, move your 3 inches. Jesus. You give me a hard
that
time.
was...
Now you need a double 6.
What do you mean? That's just normal. 136 times happens every time.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a CP left. I would not recommend it, but
No, it's not happening. I'm gonna get swatted like a fly now, but it's okay.
You may not. If you can just bracket him, you should be okay. You'll live through a combat, which is what you need to happen, basically.
So that was my 4th save right there, right?
Yep. So you have your 4 save. You've charged. So you got 4 attacks. You're hitting on 3s. You are strength 7 against T8 though, so you need 5s and 6s to wound. You've hit all the times. You need 5s and 6s to wound. You've wounded twice.
Oh my goodness, that's huge.
It's AP1. You have your 4 up invul under 5 tyrant.
4 up, invul.
Oh no, you just need to roll 2.
I just rerolled all of
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
So just do 2?
Yeah, just do 2. So
He was just trying to be a baller, you know. He wanted to show
Yeah.
that he'd only take 1.
4 up.
Oh, save result.
So I take 1.
So it's a D3 damage weapon, so you just need to roll D3 damage. And this is actually a good thing you saved your CP, because if you do 3 damage, you bracket them. Okay, so I'm just making sure you can reroll a damage roll, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Where are the core stratagems? Because this is where you definitely need that strategy. That damage. Oh god. Yeah. Alright. It is worded as. No, that's not it anymore. Okay, good. I'm glad I went to that website. Sorry, we're checking. Never go to Bell of Fossils. Thank you. Okay. Can anyone actually tell me what the reroll is? Please. Just need an image of it. Alright. You can reroll a damage roll. Yes. So, this is where you want to spend your CP.
All right, boss. Let's hit it. Boom. 0 CP left. Send it.
2 damage
2.
might be enough at least to bracket him.
Well, I think his next stage was at 9.
It's at 7.
Oh yeah, it's not quite enough. It's 4 to 6.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was worth a shot. it was
Yep.
it was worth a shot.
All right, but you forgot we have the 12 movement charge in.
All right, the Hive Tyrant now gets back. You get your
Which
5
you do.
attacks
5 attacks.
and undos. You're rerolling ones.
So I get
And
everything.
yeah, you're wounding on 3s. Rerolling ones.
Ooh. Reroll.
Alright,
Reroll.
so-
I hit that many times.
3 times. So you need to make 2 of these. 2 5-up bolts.
All right, I got this, and this is a D3 per.
It's 3 damage flat.
3 per.
Oh,
Alright,
so close. He's
just smoked.
He is
There's
smoked,
no-
unfortunately.
Poof.
It was worth a shot. It was a valiant effort on his part.
Don't I get a wound back because I killed him?
You do get a wound back. Yes.
You do? You know, I'm only
Awesome.
thinking of Starship Troopers scenes now where the Arachnids just like lift the guy up, just
Just eats
carve
him.
it in.
All right. That hurts because that is Warlord for him. So that puts Fat Boy up 6 points. All right, and then it goes to his turn. So you do hold more, so you get your 15.
Hey.
Is that just in range?
He's just out. However, he holds 2 objectives to your 1. So
Okay, fair.
So you're at 15. And then, yeah, it's turn 3. So if you just go over to his turn 3.
Alright. Yours is still on blue psychic phase for me.
Oh, yeah, you can pass it over. There you go.
I get a command point back.
Yeah, automatically gives it to you. You're at 3.
Is my... It says he's at 10. He's not at 10, right?
That's his
Victory
victory
points.
points, not
I'm-
command points.
No, it's a very embarrassing number.
No,
there.
yeah. Oh, you are at 10.
Yes. How many did
Oh.
you kill, though? In your turn.
He killed 2 whole units.
He did, and I shouldn't have told you the charge because that actually would have given you attrition. Damn it! Sorry. That would have given you 4 points for your secondary.
Oh,
Ugh.
how could you do this to me?
I apologize. I wasn't even thinking about it. All right. Well, we'll see. Your Terminators are beefy boys, so hopefully they can do the business for you here.
And how many turns do I have left?
You have 3 turns. Your turn
Okay.
3, turn 4, turn 5. So it's possible. It is actually possible.
I will... So...
If somehow theoretically I
that's
kill
it
them
for
all, do I
command
win?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
not. It is actually statistic. You have enough damage on the board to do that. You just can't lose too much. Is the problem?
Do you think it would be a good idea to just try and get my Termagants onto this objective in front of the Sorcerer and the Rubric?
It's actually not a bad one because that means you're taking the objective off them, and you're already scoring points for your banner being on there. Which I got to give you those 2 points again. So yes, you would. It's not a bad idea at all. Actually, it kind of keeps denying him points. This is like real hyper competitive stuff. But yes, if you put yourself in that position, you're continuing to deny him points. Which
Okay.
if you're ever going to like a casual thing, you don't really need to do. If you're going to a tournament, points do matter. So the more points that you
Right.
can score in a game, and the less your opponents can score, the more it benefits you in the long run for a tournament. So it could be worth it.
Yeah, I'll do that just so I can maybe also take out his Terminators and put them in a good spot.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna happen, but you know.
The pea shooters, they'll rise up.
Oh yeah, a boy can pray.
They're already kind of doing their job, so you know they're already doing it.
So I'm gonna advance them too,
hmm
and I can advance them and shoot because they're assault weapons, right?
Yeah,
Awesome. So I will advance them first.
you have to be at a minus to hit, but you're already if you're trying to kill
2.
these rubrics anyway, you're at a minus to hit. And if you want to reroll that, you have 3 CP at this point. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, I'll re-roll it. Oop. 5. Yeah, we're good. So that's 11.
Mhm.
And they can go through the window, right?
They can, and you don't even actually necessarily have to, because with the way that objective is, you could actually just be holding it outside of it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So they
Careful.
can like go in the wall.
Yeah, and you just have it. Yep. Like right there would be fine. So like if you're just right here, that's 2 inches.
Yeah.
So 3 inches is right here. So you could have it right there.
And that'd mean that he can see me and I can see him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And actually, if you want to space it out, you could have both.
I can have both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I grabbed all of them again on accident. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Just move their butts.
Move
Quick, put your tail in.
And
Still counts.
again, as long as you're like 2 inches between two models, you're fine. So, which is easy to do when you still have a full squad. If you start removing things, you're going to be a little bit of a problem. But until that happens, you're good.
Is that?
Yeah, that should be
That's
enough.
good. Sick. All right. That's their movement. The zone thropes. Ooh.
It's
You know
really
what?
just what you want to be closer to at that point, because do you want to be closer to these guys, or do you want to be closer to the Terminators?
I want to be
for
closer to
Spartans?
the Terminators for sure. So I am closer to the Terminators right
Yep.
now, right?
Yep. So you
So yeah,
just
I guess I'll just stay there, and I will take my Hive Tyrant.
so the two
Here's
things
the question.
you could do two kind of things with your Hive Tyrant. You can kind of keep them there, hold the objective. You can move them back and kind of play hide and seek.
Or you can eat more.
Or you just go in for the kill. Try to do as much damage as possible this turn and really kind of nail the coffin in.
You think that would be the better idea?
I honestly,
I have a lot of movement.
it depends
I
on
have
what
9.
type of player you are. Are you a big plays player? Or are you not a big plays player?
You know what? I like the idea of hide and seek, so I'm just gonna move him back. Wait. He's a 9, so that leaves that one open. But
Mm-hmm. And just
I can
remember,
put my
if
guy
you're
back here.
and remember, he can go through the building, so that going that way, not necessarily hiding him enough to matter.
Yeah. Which way would you say would be better to play chicken?
You could go straight back, or you can just honestly,
Just
'cause-
back here?
you could literally just kind of like try to touch this crater, and then just have that minus movement there.
Yeah. Wait, doesn't light cover
Right
not
here.
help him though?
Light cover doesn't help him, but it has the difficult ground. So if he moves like in the way that you have to charge him into the difficult ground, then you're
Oh.
you just
Oh,
have
well, all I gotta do is touch it, right?
yes, but he
Or do
has
I
to.
need- or do
You
they
can only
need
go
to touch
7
it?
if you hit it though.
Yeah, you only go 7 if you hit it, and he has to move through it to get the benefit. So you would just go straight down, basically, like right there. Yeah.
So, yeah, right there. Oh, he Benton. Benton? The hell is that word mean? All right. I think that's it.
All right. And then it's your psychic phase.
Second phase. So, first things first, he can't deny me my Hive Tyrant, right? Or can he?
He can because he's got the Scarabicole Social.
Oh,
Wire.
he's got another one!
And then it's a 24-inch range to deny, so it's pretty hard to
Oh, no. So,
not
yeah,
get
both of
denied.
them
And
can.
it's yeah.
However, now I have one that he can't deny.
Yes.
Because he can only deny it twice, and I
Correct.
can cast 3.
100%.
Funny. I will. Are they in range? Oh no, but he's out of range of everything. This was a bad idea. No, he's not. He can. Oh no, but they get a 3 up. Yeah, so never mind. He can't really do. Oh no, it's smite. Okay, cool. The zone thropes will. What can they do?
Dash. There is way to add colors to the models. I don't know if that's what you're looking for. That gives like a color outline.
What?
And that can.
Oh,
show
is that what the
coherency.
little things do at the bottom?
Yes, that's what the different colors are at the bottom when you press 1.
Oh,
And
that's
that
cool.
actually helps you see coherency too. So I'll just turn it off for the sorcerers. So if you took one out of coherency, you'd be able to see it. It's just a nice way to mark your different squads.
Oh, that is a really nice way. I will smite the Terminators with my Zoanthropes.
Alrighty.
just add another d6 in there. Goes off on a what is it now? Is it a 5?
It's a
'cause I
5,
used
yeah.
it. It's a 5? Cool.
It resets every second phase.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah. Goes off
That's
on
a
a 9.
super one, right?
No, it needs to be over a 10, so 11 or more.
Ah.
Alright, so do you want to try to deny that one? Or are you going to leave that one?
Of course I deny it.
Alright, so you just agree with the backstory.
Oh, come on!
So that would be with your
Can't
back
touch
as
this.
Fire Sorcerer, so now you have your one more deny left.
Shit. Oh well. And then I will. So that's the Zoanthropes.
Yep.
They don't have Catalyst, right? You didn't give them Catalyst.
No, Catalyst did not go off.
Okay.
So you can
Good.
try to do Catalyst again this turn, or Psychic Scream.
I can.
You have 2 more casts with your Hive Tower.
Yeah, I do have 2 more casts with my Hive Tyrant. The Occult Sorcerer can do a lot. Yeah. So I'll do that. I will, with my Hive Tyrant, my first cast will be Psychic Scream on the Terminator unit. Which goes off on a 5, right?
Yes.
5. Sick.
You get it on
Goes
a
off.
7. Is that what you want to try to deny, or are you going to let that one happen?
And this is what spell again?
D3 mortal wounds, and if he rolls over your leadership, you forget a power.
But that's probably not going to happen.
And then
Jesus,
what else
that's
could he
9.
cast past this?
Smite or Catalyst, which is the 5-up Field of Pain.
I think I'll
It's a
eat
tough
this one, and then I'll deny the next.
one. Okay.
Okay, cool. So he takes D3.
Roll me a
mortal
1
wounds.
so I keep a guy.
It is 3, so that's rough. So one guy dies, and mortals do roll over, so one of your guys takes a wound.
Oh, that's the wrong button.
Wrong button.
2.
It's all good.
There you are.
Sick. Good rolls. And please roll good. I need to roll above a 9, right?
Yes.
Wait, is it a 9 or above?
I believe it's usually above. Let's double check. Oh, come on.
Well, yeah, I didn't do it anyway, so.
Oh yeah, 6 is not going to do it.
Yeah, no. But that's fine. And then I will. Wait. That gives me a 5-up invulnerable.
Mhm.
Is that that's along with my barrier, right? Or no? My psychic barrier.
Yes. So you would have your 4-up invuln and then the 5-up Field of Pain if you got Catalyst.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I will try and get Catalyst off on the Hive Tyrant.
Alrighty.
And ooh.
Goes off on an 8.
Alright. We're going to deny it.
You need a 9.
Don't deny it.
11. Here you go.
Every time.
Oh my
Every
God.
single time.
So many 11s.
Jeez.
It's
Good
not what you
lord.
need the
All
11s
right.
to be. Well, you got your shooting phase, of which you just have that one
Yep.
squad left. You're at minus
pew.
1 hit. It's just how many are in. Looks like it's probably all of them by the looks of it.
All of them.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alright, are
I'm
you
gonna
ready
try
for the
and knock
one
off-
guy to absorb everything?
I
Yep,
can't wait.
I'm ready for him to absorb every single shot.
You are?
So that, yeah.
Hitting on 5s.
So how many shots is that? It's
One for every
per-
dude.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shots.
10 shots hitting on 5s. So just get rid of those 2 blue dice. and
Fives.
Click the 10 button.
Jeez.
Oh,
Alright, that's 4.
4 hits. And
Bad.
then you need 4s to win because you're strength 4 against stuff that's 4.
And then I just got to
Win.
roll 2s.
Alright.
Hey,
So, pretty
through.
good. So you need do these one at a time again because one guy has a 2-up and not the other guy.
Come on.
He's good.
Oh, so close. Come on.
He's good.
Oh,
I'm just
come
going to reroll the same
on.
one.
Oh
Yes,
no!
let's go, baby. I got one guy.
The last
Get
rubric.
'em, boys. Bop, 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 bop.
The last
Holy
rubric is gone.
Oh,
All right.
Holy shit. That was way more intense than it needed to be.
Dude, you just killed off like the most important side character.
he
Yeah.
needs to be
And I still
promoted.
have the whole group of main
Yeah.
characters over here. Jeez. Okay. So that's done with shooting.
Yeah,
Charge phase. Can I even charge with the Termagants?
You could if
Yeah.
you
Do they
wanted to.
have anything to charge with?
They're strength 4.
They're strength 4. You are hitting on 4s
Fours.
though, and you're
It's
wounding
the same.
on 5s and
But
6s.
yeah. And I
And
want to tell you.
They're only 1 attack each.
And you'll probably
Yeah.
lose your objective dominance.
Yes,
No, I definitely
because
will. So
coherency will be a problem at that point.
I will keep everybody where they are at.
All right. So then that switches on over. Again, unfortunately, no primaries. That hurts. He did not kill anything in this turn though, so you just need to kill a unit.
Woo! All
And
right.
then I just passed the morale, or is there a morale because of the dying of?
Pretty much there's
One
no
guy.
morale because only 1 guy died in each squad.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, you have some options. The hard part is your minus movement. That sucks. Yeah, let's turn on ruler mode.
So I could just mow that squad and retake the objective, or I
So-
go for the warlord that's about to like.
Yes, you could retake that squad, go for the objective, or you could go for the warlord, or you could potentially do both because you're in the window.
Yep.
You got about a 3-inch move forward with this guy, so that'll end you about here. And then everyone else has a 2-inch move. So either way, you're still going to be in 24-inch range of that window.
Yep.
The problem is I still don't think you can make a charge.
Are you just not believing hard enough?
I'm actually not even sure you can get it ranged. It's a problem.
That's fair.
Let's see if you...
Okay, let's measure it out from there.
Yeah.
And I would be hitting it like right over here if I
Let's
rolled
do
a
this.
12.
So he's about 12 away. You're at minus... You would still need like an 11. Something like that. If you moved all the way.
Well, if I hit this terrain, I lose 2, right?
Minus 2.
You lose 2 for what you're in right now. And you lose...
Oh, wait, but I need just to be within an inch, right?
You just need to be within an inch. So if you have a 3-inch move, you need about 11, basically.
Okay.
Which,
He
doable.
can't shoot and charge, right? Or
He can. He can.
Oh,
He can do all this stuff.
that is not nice.
So that's probably your best bet, is start moving forward.
Okay.
This way, you can shoot everything behind you because you have the range for it. And then hopefully clear these guys off with between your
And the
sorcerer,
one sorcerer does it all.
between your one sorcerer and all the shots of the Terminators into those Termagants, and then you hope you can make a charge on the Hive Tyrant. That's probably your play.
All right, I'm in. Let's go.
Alright. So movement phase, you move your very slow movement. 1, 2,
This guy's 3.
3, yeah, and then everyone else moves 2.
What? Oh.
I know.
Wait, why did they move 3? Oh, yeah, because of...
Because he has flesh and blood.
Yeah.
It's kind of cheating in this
He's-
rank.
He's just a little bit weird. And then
Well, I
these-
was about to say why, but then I was like, oh, they're touching the woods.
yeah. Yeah,
Actually, the one with what appears to be a minigun is not touching it.
it's because the unit's touching, so his whole unit has to slow down.
Oh.
Yeah.
All
Oh.
right.
That guy just
He died.
There you go. He has to be a little bit behind because you're on the base. There you go.
Okay.
The good news is you can fire everything into those Harpions.
Is it good if I move this guy just like over to here?
Yeah, just moving forward a little bit. He would have had that range for it.
Hit the grab tool. It's hard to tell if they're selected or not.
Yeah, with the colors on, yeah.
No, it's the same color is the problem.
Yeah. We can change that color. Let's go for a color that's a little bit... There you go, you're orange now.
Hey.
There we go. I can tell
Wait,
now.
will it unhighlight if they're not in coherency?
Yes, it will highlight. It will unhighlight if they're not coherent. Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
This guy can be a hero, and as well, and kind of go this way, and
I
like.
mean, doesn't he just have to touch the ruins and smack him in the face?
Oh,
that would
he,
get melee, wouldn't it?
he can already see, but if you move this way, you can kind of get out of line of sight of the zone throws a little bit.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then,
So yeah, he's got like 3 inches of movement.
yeah, he's a
Oh,
little
he's
bit
got
faster.
4.
Yeah, he's got 4. So you can move forward. That way you can get a little bit psychic on them, and hopefully you don't blow yourself up. And then you can also take that objective, assuming you do enough damage over here.
All right.
It's all dice rolls now, my friend. So now you have your psychic phase.
Do you believe in miracles?
So, what did you take? I think he has Zinch's Firestorm, right? I mean, how confident are you feeling?
Wait, we have Astral Blast on him.
You do have Astral Blast on him, which...
Wait a second. Let's do that.
Yeah, just do three mortals. That would be worth it. That's better than the smite. So yeah, you can Astral
I'm
Blast.
going to try and deny that as well. But with all the 11s you roll, I doubt I will.
No, this
So-
one's a 12. He kills himself. You know?
Oh, really?
You do have 1 CP, so maybe we'll see. I guess.
So 8 pops it.
It does pop. It is a 6. No, sorry,
I
it's
will-
7. Sorry, it goes off in the 7.
I'll try and deny it.
You need an 8.
I need an 8?
Yes.
Yep, because you have to beat the
Woof.
7. Or,
I do not.
He gets it off. So D3 on the Termagants.
yep. So let's get a.
Ooh, a 3.
Oh, a 3.
So now you have to decide what you want to remove.
And they have to be within coherency as well, right?
Yes, you don't want to like remove the middle section.
They have to be
Man, this is
within
gonna
2
be the
of
silliest
2.
part.
2 and 2, yes.
Okay, so that guy will still be in it. I will also want to hold objective, you know, so it's hard.
Yeah.
That
That's
guy.
that's the tricky part.
That's in it. That's in it. That guy will be within 2 of 2, and
Once you hit 6 models, you don't have to worry about the 2 and 2, but for now you do.
for now I do.
Yeah, you could get rid of this
no, I
guy
got
or
this
that guy. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
All
3
right.
dead.
And
Okay.
now you have your Scarabcle, who you could attempt to Doom Bolt at this point. You might as well go for the Hail Mary plays.
Hell yeah.
Like, the Smite's not going to be enough. Astral, you've already done once. A Smite's only 1
Yeah,
damage.
let's Doom Bolt for the 10.
So you need a 10, but you could do it. It could
Yeah.
happen.
I mean, so far the dice have been on my side, you know?
Yeah. Not that time.
All right, there's the 5. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and I would not use a reroll here. Alright, so now you're in your shooting phase, so I would just have all your Terminators shoot at the Termagant, see if you can get rid of them.
Yeah. I mean, what else is the Sorcerer going to be shooting at? I don't think he's really hitting a zone throw, so he should probably go first.
Yes, you could have this whole squad go first, and that's what I'm saying. Oh, the Sorcerer? Yeah, you could have him shoot first. Does he have a grenade? He does.
That'd be pretty cool. if he did.
Why do none of you guys have grenades? No, he doesn't have grenades. So you can shoot a pistol. Just don't overcharge.
Are grenades just not meant for me, you know?
I think they're
We
on
got
your
bullets.
rubrics.
Wait, really?
Not
Oh,
anymore.
no, they're not. I'll have to look at where your grenades are. I don't know where your grenades are.
All right. That's
They're in
odd.
the middle of the field
I
surrounded by
could have
bugs.
sworn
Where
they
are
would have
grenades?
grenades when I looked last.
Yeah, I thought they had crack grenades. Hold on, let me take a peek. That doesn't seem right.
They're in the middle of the field.
Yeah, we
It's
can
just
only
like-
afford books, man. So you
Yeah,
just throw
we only got
knowledge at 'em.
books. We don't have enough money
Throw
for
knowledge.
grenades.
I love it. Yeah, they don't have grenades, which is so weird.
Hmm.
Okay, well, yeah.
We're too smart for grenades.
Too-
Duh.
I feel like that's the opposite of intelligent. I feel like that's
Welcome
the
to
Yeah,
opposite.
exactly.
So yeah, you can fire your pistol shot into the Termagants. Why not?
It's
Don't-
one shot, right?
one shot and on the 3.
Should put it in there.
Wounds on the 2. Okay. And it just kills 1. So yeah, 1 more dead.
Boom, baby.
Boom, bun. That 1 hero kills 1 Termagant.
To be fair, he killed 4.
He has done amazing so far, actually.
Yeah.
He has been the hero you need him to be.
He's holding the line. Look, there's one too many Termagants here.
Yes, we're waiting on Thumper to remove the Termagant.
Yep.
Oh, what? What's up? Oh,
Wait.
Termagant.
Yeah, 1 Termagant is dead.
Okay, well, here comes the funny part because I don't think I
You-
can.
Oh, no, it's 6.
Yeah, you're down
Oh,
at
it's
6,
6?
so then you'll
1,
be
2,
fine. You just
Oh, sick.
yeah, once you're down to 5, you'll be fine.
Awesome. Boop.
And at this point, you're also just trying to like see what you can hold because
Yeah.
the Terminator should kill the unit.
All right.
If the Terminators
So-
don't kill the unit, then
I'm honestly seeing like
you've definitely lost.
I think at least one Terminator can shoot the Hive Tyrant.
Do
And I think
you could, so your best wounding chance is on the Soul Reaper cannon for the Hive Tyrant. You can have all the the Hell Bolters or whatever they're called go into the Termions, and then you can have the heavy weapon, the Soul Reaper, into the Hive Tyrant. But I am a person of the mentality that you want to guarantee in case you roll terribly. So I would just fire everything at the Termions. Because if you can remove them off both of those objectives, you're in a lot better place than you were before.
Does he lose the flag?
Only when you take the objective from him.
Okay. So we'll get Brian the sorcerer over there, you know. He'll
if they survive, you can go for a charge, kill the Tarpagons, and take the objective from them. If all that happens, I don't know if you'll win the game, but I feel like you would deserve to win the game. So yeah, but yes, I would fire all the Terminators at them, regardless, because that plan's insane, and I wouldn't go for the insane plan.
You're right. All right. So let's let loose back over here on all of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
The only thing is, they're like super easy to
hit.
Really
cool.
But no, I only get.
Well, now you are at a minus, which is the other part now, because you have to shoot through dents to shoot them.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
Yes, so that's the other.
So if I got 3 Stormbolters, that's what, 12?
You have 12 shots with the Stormbolters and 4 with the Soul Reaper. Yeah, Dragon, the title's wrong. I don't have rights to edit the title. I don't know if anyone's on who can, unfortunately.
Okay, so let's send that.
So you need 4s here, and that's why you fire everything. You only need 3's a wound, and every wound's a kill.
All right.
All right, so 4 dead so far.
Ow.
All right.
Yeah,
and then you need
the Soul Reaper cannon.
The Soul Reaper cannon, yeah.
Which is 4,
so
right?
4 shots.
Just then.
4 total so far.
That's not happening, so I'm just gonna take them out there.
All right, so that is gonna be it's 4 is a hit because it's a heavy weapon and you moved.
Okay. So
you hit
2 hits
twice.
But now you just need to
So
wound.
you can kill both.
And he does because it takes 2's a wound, so it's AP3.
Man, exact calculation right there.
Exact. See? Guarantee
Randall
it. Guarantee
it through. Complex trigonometry right there.
All right. Now, the Britsky play. You've done all the shooting. It's just charges.
Honestly, can I fish in a barrel the Hive Tyrant?
Explain.
I just keep shooting at him?
You could. I would assume he starts coming from you, though. And he is T7, 8, so you're not likely to do much. You need a 9. Oh, wait, no. You need an 11. You're still unlikely to charge him. So, you know.
It'll most likely work out that way anyway.
If you can charge him, and he doesn't kill all your rubrics, you take the objective from him. Which would help you a lot, because then he's only at 1 again.
Alright, let's try it. Nope.
I'm thinking of your odds of doing damage. That's what I'm trying to figure out now. You have power swords. You've got 3 attacks if you get in there. One of yours has a 4-stab. The odds are not in your favor of doing a lot of damage if you're in combat. I don't know. I mean, you could reroll here or save it for a deny. That's kind of.
I'm saving it.
Yeah. All right. So then that's the end of your turn. You did kill more, so you finally got one of your secondaries. You got attrition for 4 points.
Whoa! I got points.
Hey, you got the points, baby. And then it's the start of his turn. So he's actually only holding 1 now. So he only gets hold 1, and you're holding 1. So it's tied.
You said that this still.
He still gets his banners. Yep. So he's at 2
I have
more
another
points.
one up as well. Yeah.
So yeah, 2 more points for banners. And it's up to what you want to do with your boys now. You got your Hive Tyrant left and for your Zoanthropes.
Yep. So command phase. Nothing. I get one back, which, yeah, and then
You,
movement.
you have a very healthy amount of command points over there.
He does have a
Yeah.
very healthy amount of command points.
So, I have made the discovery that I don't even really like. I think it's impossible for me not to get into fighting range because I still have the movement of 9, which is 7 now.
Yes, so if you go over there, you can start trying to charge them. You can keep trying to play keep away, but that may not be in your advantage anymore.
I'm charging, and then I'm gonna move my zone in, throw Hoppians.
You still have line of sight. The problem is that I think these guys are closer now, so you're gonna have to move them if you want to get that closer.
They have
What's-
5 feet.
Yeah, 5-inch move.
inches.
And you can choose which model this might come from, so you just need one of the models closer and visible. Which you should be able to do. You might need to advance. No, you're good. That's a 10. Oh no, it's still that one. If you just have that guy hang back, so
Then
you
I can.
just put this guy back so he's farther away.
Cool.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. I can't believe I'm about to do that, but that's the movement because I only got 2 things left on the field. Psychic phase.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, so you got some smites to throw out, or where are you starting with? The zone throw for the Hive Tyrant? Tactically speaking, you should start with the Hive Tyrant. Because
yeah,
Iron wants that boy to stay alive. He wants that boy to stay alive real bad.
I will Hive Tyrant. With my Hive Tyrant, I will. First of all, I'll try and put off Psychic Scream
Okay.
on his Terminators.
Yeah. So you just need that 5.
5 goes
It's
off.
a 6. Is that what you're denying with one of your guys? You've got 2 denies. That's probably going to be the easiest deny you get. So I would say that's probably what you should go for.
Let's do that. I like just saying no. I'm gonna slap it out of your hand.
Nope.
Oh,
you
let's
get
go.
Maybe not. Is this worth burning the command point on?
It's hard to tell. Realistically, the most important thing you have right now is that stupid sorcerer. Because he's holding that objective for you. And you need him to hold that objective for you.
All right.
That is the only thing that can hit your sorcerer unless he wants to try and charge your sorcerer. So keeping him alive is probably your greatest bet to score points next turn.
All right. Let's let this through then. Feels bad.
So D3 mortals, it is the big 3 again.
3.
But, oh, that's 2
So
more.
it was 2.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts bad. I would get rid of the Soul Reaper cannon. I know it's a cool gun, but it's worse than bolters.
Come on, man. It's Reaper Souls though.
But
It
it's
did.
so cool.
It did do work last turn, but your bolters
The
are
model
better.
looks so cool.
I mean, it does wound the Hive Tyrant better, actually. So you could risk it.
We gotta slow it down so we can run away
Huh.
with
I mean-
our 5 movement.
All right,
And then, with my Hive Tyrant, I will then try to. Do you think it's worth it to try and do Catalyst, or should I just smite?
Realistically, he probably can't do enough damage for Catalyst to matter. So I would go for the smite.
Yeah, I'll smite. But
That 3
yeah, I'll
mortals
smite
was big.
I'll-
The 3 mortals was painful.
I'll smite him. And you've been not smited.
Not smited.
But you might re-roll it, 'cause I
Oh.
rolled 2.
It's okay. I believe in the 1 and the 3.
Oh, it's a super
Oh.
smite!
It's okay. I deny this. So easy.
You have to roll a 12, right?
I did.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna roll for that one though.
And doesn't he suffer
Yeah.
perils if he does that?
No, that's only in casting.
all
Oh,
in
it's
the
only
test.
on Okay.
Yeah, it's D6 mortals.
Did he deny it?
It would need a double 6.
Yeah.
And
I mean-
So
That is the only deny I have left, right?
yeah, I wouldn't. It sucks.
Well, no,
to
like
say.
would I have used this deny or this deny on the first one?
The first one would have been the sorcerer, didn't I?
Okay.
Okay, so
I believe in the
need a-
one. Roll
I
one
need a
for me.
4
Yeah.
or higher to kill both,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Big numbers.
Oh
my
no! That Warlord powered up so hard. That Hive Tyrant. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was probably.
Don't I get a ton of wounds because I killed them? Oh, in melee.
Yeah, it's
right?
melee. That
Okay.
said, that psychic
He
phase.
just walked up and just watched it die.
That psychic phase is probably the game because you just did 9 mortal wounds in a single phase of one man. Oh, that's so gross. All right, well, you still have a smite left from your own throw.
Yeah, I will smite the last sorcerer.
You can't kill this
Oh.
man. He is unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Oh God!
That's a super 2, right?
No, it needs to be over 10. Can you deny?
Over 10? Okay. Can you deny the 10?
Okay. He
No.
can live. No, he can't. He only has one
Command
wound.
point.
Yes.
Command point.
Are you gonna command point reroll
Yeah,
for it?
You have to. Dude. You have to.
Come on.
No.
Oh,
Good game.
Very good game.
I don't need to roll, right?
He's dead. He only has one wound.
Oh yeah, he's only one
Oh.
wound. That's it. Yeah. Oh man,
Cool.
that was a disgusting series of rolls for that Hive Tyrant. That was wild.
That was insane.
Oh my god. That is the best rolling for a psychic phase I think I've ever seen.
Holy crap. Oh,
Good game. Wow.
yeah, good game. Holy shit.
It
Yeah.
feels like the points were less less in the advantage than we wanted them to.
There's a little bit there.
I probably
I think the Hive Tyrant was basically invincible.
it felt like that. Yeah, I would say it seems weird, but keeping the Terminators on the board might have been the better option.
Oh yeah, like I just didn't realize how little firepower I had without him.
Yeah.
Because if I had him, I would have been like, all right, let's mow down
dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with warp time too, you could have moved them twice. It's a hard one. In 9th edition, I have very rarely seen a use for deep striking a strong unit unless it was for like an objective unit. Like, I'm just gonna pop this unit down, it's gonna do an action for me. It's gonna die next turn, but it's did its job. That's all I've really seen deep striking for in 9th, to be honest. I wasn't sure this time if it was the right or wrong choice. I did not realize your sorcerer didn't have rerolls to hit. I thought that was a thing that your HQ was going to have, and apparently he didn't. Which is weird to me.
Yeah, it was.
So, I am left only on the field with Psychers.
Yeah, it came down into the end to a psychic off, and I guess the Hive Mind won.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You guys, I would say are pretty ready to start playing more games. I would look at the 40K Discord for, just like looking for a game. A lot of people will do learning games, 500-point games, anything you need to like get used to your armies. Your next step is getting used to Battle Scribe, which is a bit of a mess.
Okay.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, it's a lot smoother. The video on the YouTube channel will help a lot. The nice thing about Battlescribe, it will tell you if there's anything wrong with your list, if there's anything you need to fix or correct. So it helps a lot in that aspect. Yeah, good game, guys. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, of course, anytime.
Yeah. I hope it was informative.
It was quite
Definitely was.
informative.
Yeah.
You don't get a lot of Dusty Boys.
No. They really should be 2 wounds.
Yeah, that is the change I would like.
Yeah. They really should be 2 wounds. Terminator should be 3 wounds. Dusty Boy should be 2 wounds. Just like, your Marine counterparts are 2 wounds each and 3 wounds each.
Exactly.
Soon, hopefully, they tease Thousand Suns and Grey Knights.
One guy didn't need it, though.
No!
He was a champ.
One guy is the absolute hero. And then...
You're like, these guys are busted. That one guy. At the beginning, though.
He was magical. That was a magical man. Just imagine that with 2 wounds. Just imagine that with 2 wounds. And it's terrifying. Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, the mid psychic phase. Like if you think of those zoanthropes as like a big squad, and they're throwing out 3 plus it's D3 plus D3 mortal wounds when you're at 4 models, and then at I think 5 or 6 models, it's 3 plus D3 mortal wounds on every smite. It's
What's crazy to me is like
disgusting.
they get 3 wounds and a 3+ save.
Yeah, they're wild.
Like that seems like incredible.
They're really good. Probably should have given you a Demon Prince. Retrospect.
Yeah.
So we'll probably look at switching out the Sorcerer for a Demon Prince, so you have a little bit more oomph. Because Demon Princes are cool, and they do a lot of psychic stuff. Or Aramon.
Is he monstrous as too?
Yes, they're. I can't remember if they're the monstrous keyword or the demon keyword. They might have both. But you can give them wings. They can fly.
oh shit! That's
There's
badass.
a way to give like a Demon Prince like +4 to cast or +3 to cast. There's also a way to give +1 mortal wound output on your HQ, which is probably the way to go to. It's the same cult of magic. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna Astral Blast. It does 1 plus D3 mortal wounds, and then 1 mortal wound, everything around it. It's super gross. It's super gross. So far, this Tyranid list is apparently really good, and it hasn't lost yet. So it continues to be really good. Might need to tone it down. We'll have to look at that. The Zoanthropes might be a little bit too strong.
Pre-game. Oh man, this is such an outdated list. Like they're able to drink in-game, just slaughters everything.
Oh, they're old alcoholic men. They're just sick of everything else. They've been through enough. They've seen too much shit, and they're just like, yeah, whatever. They've got their shotgun on their porch, and someone comes across their property, and they pop shot it, and then they're like, we done our job. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much again for coming. Thank you, everyone else, for supporting.
Of course.
Thank you so much for hosting it for us.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course. If you like what you guys see and watch today, please make sure you drop by the 40K TTS Warhammer Discord for more information. There's also the 40K TTS Reddit. There's a YouTube channel to help you get started, which funds of videos and tutorials on how to get started. If you ever want to watch me, I am at twitch.tv/Grandov_TS. I usually stream Friday nights. I'm going to start hopefully having a stream with a friend of mine on Tuesday nights, teaching him 40K and getting him used to sisters. And then I'm going to try to get more competitive games in myself, because that's what I need to be doing to kind of get my reps and training in to not suck. So thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. You have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.